Hello. Are we good? Are we live? All
Yeah.
right. Hi guys and gals and non-binary pals. It is another episode of what are we? That D&D podcast?
Yeah.
I think that's what we are.
Yeah, that's us.
Hi everybody. I'm GM Mike, if you like, and with me we have our intrepid crew of what is it? Ashen something or other. My
Knights.
brain is not
Ash
working because I've
Wardens?
been Ash Knights, Ash Wardens. My brain has been in 16 hours of meetings, and I literally just finished making dinner after taking my kid to Cub Scouts, so I'm a little bit in the in between. We'll see how this works out. We're going to try something that I call improvisation, which I understand is big for the 5th edition crowd. Why don't you all introduce yourselves in the members only order?
What?
Andrew,
Members
you're first.
6.
Okay.
And you have the crown.
Okay, sure. I don't have Discord up because it's all just video. Hi, my name's Andrew Owen. Tonight I will be reprising my role as Senrothi Cobb, They of Hope and Power. Also, I'm going to be poking at the thing because OBS doesn't seem to like recognizing Roll20 right now, so please hold. We're in a white void. But yeah.
Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan. Tonight I'll be playing Vashla Stormforge, fighter who is now an Eldritch Knight, and training a couple of recruits in the way of the Ash Wardens.
Oh, I'm next. Hi, I'm Aaron. I'll be playing the part of Kaith, previously rot-infested bird person who has a problem with assholes and them not having enough arrows in them.
But that's a pretty standard anatomical feature.
But bird. So does Keith have a cloaca?
We don't need to go into that level of detail at this time.
Keith has a problem with assholes.
If it come, well, I mean, no. Like if the party had a problem with assholes, they'd be like tripping and falling in them everywhere.
Hi,
Moving right along.
I'm Adam. I'll be playing Fritz tonight, who just can't even.
Who's the only one of us not on the Fritz?
Uh,
Oh, I've got to get like a smaller you for riding on top of your shoulder or something. So something. Never mind. It was on the Fritz joke. Please
God
continue.
damn it, Mike.
Hi, I'm playing Yorha, who was lashed to a tree and got in a fire brawl with some recruits last time. I'm going to be utilizing slightly more active control over my microphone for a little while here, while the toddlers downstairs get the pot banging out of their system.
All right. So, we should be leaping directly into the action, because we have a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody refresh our diligent listeners, our dear readers, on what occurred on the last episode.
Nothing important. Just friends being friends.
Just friends at the table.
And we're not getting sued.
Well, I don't think
It's
good
okay.
friend of the podcast, Austin Walker, would sue us.
We know a guy. Austin Walker's basically on our podcast now, so I feel like we're directly affiliated with Friends of the Table, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
What
that might
have
be
my
a bit
careless
much.
hands brought?
Anyways, we
Awesome.
we went on a snipe hunt for a while. That was fun, good times. Everybody important passed the fatigue test or whatever. Took a nap out in the middle of nowhere. Our bird ranger scout being decided to be a bird ranger scout being and scouted out the things, and it turned out that they were just fucking with us. We went back to town. We arrested the supposedly legitimate authority figures because they were pricks and assholes and liars. I abused magic to functionally render people incapable of lying, which is totally fine morally and ethically.
Not creepy TM.
No, definitely not. I definitely don't have a history of doing this.
Just
Shit.
say we're definitely not sliding into all territory. We're definitely not having
Again.
Still.
Nope.
It's not an again, it's a still. So we arrested that liar, and started dragging him back to Lorca.
Yes.
While Vashla and Yorha, aka our front line, stayed back at the house on the hill to prevent further betrayal.
We were we threw our own Burning Man, and we'll be there eventually.
Guys, I found the perfect thing.
Is it? But we already know what the best boy is, Michael.
No, like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I
Um,
found an imager thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
and then Lorca was under siege by the rot, and a bunch of us considered murdering our prisoner, and a bunch of us considered not murdering our prisoner. And one of us was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go set fire at all that rot." Guess who's who? Diligent listeners, delicious readers, delicious friends.
Delicious readers. Guess who's who? All right, so let's talk about a couple different things here. The first thing is going to be me stalling for time as I upload this image for
Okay.
our map.
Sure. I was afraid you're gonna say, "Let's talk about sex, baby."
Let's talk about
you
you
and
and
me.
me. Let's
Right.
talk about all the good things
None
and
of
the
that.
bad things. I don't remember the next phrase.
What
That
about?
might be, let's talk about sex.
I was gonna
Let's
say.
talk about sex.
What about all the small things True Care Truth brings? All this I
Take.
know.
I
One hit.
hate everything about every choice in my life that led me to tonight.
We love you too, Aaron.
I actually have kind of like a broader question.
Okay.
Um,
What is love?
dog nose.
Nope, not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
I got Zach while he was drinking.
it.
You
Did.
don't hurt me.
No more.
So I want to know how somebody can have lipstick stains on their front lobe of their left side brain. Does anybody know that?
It turns out that most music lyrics are bullshit.
Mike, fuck you.
No.
I know what song that's from. Fuck
Do
you.
you?
Yes.
I knew I wouldn't forget you. And so I went and let you blow my mind. Your sweet moonbeam.
I
Have
didn't
we
do it.
stretched enough yet?
Whoa! Wow!
Wow! We did the thing. That almost looks nothing like Lorca.
Yeah.
There we go.
Especially
Text.
given it was like on a hill in a fort.
Hey, wait, Andrew, didn't you use that for the 13th page game?
Which,
The city.
possibly.
I remember hiding in the Temple of Justice.
No, this is totally Lorca, guys. This is not Durgan, whatever the heck it is. And we'll just remove this other thing. Because
Oh, I thought it
Who
was
else would I
Lorca with
do?
a K.
El Garcia. It's totally not Spanish. All right, so and we have this Temple of Justice. That's actually that's actually this thing over here. Just using your mind's eye, pretend there's like a big old castle on the hill.
Okay.
A castle on the hill.
With cranes, my god.
And a pretend ballista, whatever.
No, it's ballista. Like ballistic.
Well, I mean, I accidentally switched over to the tab that had the train lyrics again, and so that almost became a recurring thing.
I love that you have actual lyrics pulled up just to troll Aaron with.
Oh, every session I bring something to the party.
I try to bring the noise, but sometimes I bring the funk.
Something's really wrong. All right, so dear people, dear players who are here with us at the city of Lorca, there are a few of you, I believe. I believe we have Kaith, Dustwake. I believe that we have Fritz, Duerden, and I believe that we have
God damn you.
Cinerathi Cup. The three of you do not have to be here. You may be anywhere you want. So feel free to grab your characters, because you should have access to them, and position them as you will. The minor details that you got is this Over here, we see Shepherd's Crook on the west side. We're going to have that be. Oops, it'll undo. We're going to have that be the what's the word for when you put people that are sick in a place so they don't spread disease to other people?
Quarantine?
The quarantine / hospice / field hospital.
Yeah.
That Sinarathi
The CDC.
visited. Yes.
Someone dropped 5 cards, or
Hey! You're filing the serial numbers off, or you're putting the serial numbers back on. We like to leave the serial numbers well off. Oh, hey, this is way bigger than it was before. All right. So you have. I know. Phrasing.
this is the most D&D I think we've ever done on this.
This is pretty D&D. Like, I don't mean to alarm you. But like,
just like all the bullshit, all the innuendo, the song lyrics. Like this is what I remember D&D as being.
We're missing. We have not made a single Monty Python reference that I'm aware of so far tonight.
So when you guys see the horde that you're fighting, I hope that you won't run away. Run away. Stretching.
That was real weak tea, Mike.
Do so bravely.
Too many vegetables. Weak sauce.
You had sauce.
Okay.
When I was a boy.
So, these dudes over here, these gobble-looking folks, armored goblins. So the things that you see from your vantage point high on the hill is there are, you might call them a horde, you might call it throng, you might call it zounds, depending on the version of
Might and Magic we're playing.
You're playing. Yes, there's more than many. It's definitely more than several. It's probably fewer than zounds. There are many of these orange-colored creatures. Not like the ones that you saw before, not the thumpers, not the ones that were running back and forth with that speaking the Rammstein lyrics to Kaith, trying to get her attention. These are orangish, spindly creatures. It's kind of hard to tell exactly from where you guys are. But the thing that is different from all the other ones that you fought before is that these are wearing, here and there are pieces of armor. A helmet, a pauldron, maybe a shield. Occasionally there's like a like something long and thin, like maybe a sword or a pike that glints off the sunlight. And it dots this kind of the orange field of rot, like a carpet that's spread up. And that's a bit unusual. If Zach were here, I would have his character roll history and not remember what that signifies.
And get a 6 total and not matter at all.
If you'd like to roll a d20 now, why don't you go ahead and do so, even though you're not here, just so you can see whether or not you remember.
He's going to crit this.
I hope so. I mean, yeah.
Basically.
That's an off by 2 error, so.
Right. So somewhere out there, Yorha feels incredibly...
under the same night sky.
Yeah. Sorry, I just realized I'm losing the true word.
I will log out of this podcast right now. I will do it.
So help me God, I'll turn this podcast right around. Also, I really like the idea where it's like Yorha's in the middle of the fire brawl, and it's just like, I remember what, and then just that's Vashla. Oh, great! Firefox just crashed. Vashla just like decks him.
Right. Yep. Perfect timing.
That was amazing. God, your tab just crashed, but we can help.
Yeah.
All right. So you have, actually, Yorha, do you want to know why that's interesting or important? So, like, why don't you tell me what's so terrifying about the situation?
About the situation where you've got these weird creatures rushing at an inhabited city.
Yeah.
I mean, is this like a standard thing that I used to see? Like, is this how many cities have I seen fall this way?
The typical tactic, if you want to call it that, is just throwing waves and waves of waves of the enemy at you until you're overwhelmed. The thing that's kind of weird this time is that they don't wear armor, because why would they wear armor?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll just make more. And also, besides the spindly looking things with bits of metal glinting off of them, there is a back row of them off to the side that appear to be in like a line, which is a thing that Yorha would have never seen before. And also, there are two of these monstrous creatures that Yorha has seen in traps before that are stomping around that look awfully a lot like, for lack of a better word, living siege engines.
Great. So they're like in formation and utilizing
Tactics.
siege technology. Great.
My God, they're
Great.
learning.
They've got a Rotapult.
Trot Boucher.
No. No.
Battering Rot?
Grape Rot.
Grape Rot's pretty good.
Ladder.
Isn't grape rot just wine, though?
No, it's grape yogurt.
No.
That's not at all how that works.
Mike, school us. Redeem yourself.
Andrew laughed so hard his camera went blurry.
I mean, listen. I'm already at a Dutch angle here.
That's right.
I like to keep people off balance. Where's our prisoner, and how best can I throw him, into the meat grinder that is before us?
And we also never got his spell list because that was a thing we asked.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Sure, perfect. Let's go with that. This is fine. We can handle this.
Mm-hmm. That looks like many.
So you wanted AoE things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So not to scale, but you have zounds of the little armored guys over here. You've got groups
They said
of
it was
these
less than Zounds.
scores.
Great.
What is happening?
Did you
Throngs. You've got at least hordes, possibly throngs.
have you never played Heroes of Might and Magic, Aaron? Okay. So if you look at an enemy army, if you don't have specific skills, it gives you like a size range, and so it's like few, several, many.
Few, several, pack, lots, horde, throng, swarm, zounds, and legions.
Okay.
And so they're all just like a rough range that this thing could fall into.
Huh. Okay.
So-
are we above swarms now?
There's at least a horde of the things.
Okay. That's at least 5.
It's probably at least for the horde.
For the horde. Actually, I'm going to break these guys out a little bit. And I wish this was a little bit...
Ow.
Good effort.
When physical comedy goes wrong.
Goes wrong? Question mark. I actually like this aspect ratio, but I'm disappointed that there's not more of it. Okay, so you get a general idea of what you got here. You've got a large number of these things, kind of off to the side, kind of providing flank. You've got these what look like in a regular army would be archers, but these are giant spindly creatures that look almost like daddy long legs almost. And they kind of like pick up their forelimbs and push them forward, and like a colored ray shoots out of it, and then they put it down and pick up another one, and a different colored ray shoots out of it, and they just kind of like crawl forward, shooting these things out of their palms. And for the most part, we haven't talked about the defenses of Lorca. It seems like every man, woman, and child in the city has a rifle and are on the walls.
Okay.
It's difficult to see for sure, but there is somebody wearing armor that appears to be commanding the forces, and kind of like riding up and down behind the lines on a horse.
Neat.
There does not appear to be any breaches in the walls. Things seem to be going pretty well as far as the siege goes. If you ignore the fact that Lorca has been starving for a while and is probably not getting any food.
Mm-hmm.
That is the situation in Lorca. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, things they want to talk about, et cetera, et cetera?
Inquisitor, what's his face's spell list?
Okay. Just you tell me.
Fireball.
6 copies of Charm Person.
God, no.
That's the kind of guy he is.
He's not that charming.
He is.
Exactly. He buys his charm in a bottle.
Exactly. Hence the need for Charm Person.
I was making a joke.
I know.
We were wrecking the joke.
Yeah, I know. That's how we do. I don't care enough to slow down combat.
Let's just pretend that he's got some useful spells.
Okay.
Right. He's probably like a wizard, right?
Yep.
And like, let's say he's like first level.
Oh, what a chump. Jesus.
Yeah, but he has a level, which makes him.
Level 1 in 5e is not impressive.
Compared to commoner filth?
I mean, he'll probably have the same HP.
Okay.
And AC.
And DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got like magic missile.
Okay.
And sleep and thunder wave. Things like that.
All right.
Thunder sleep.
Is there any way that I can, like, this fucking thing? Just burn it? Just burn it to death? Burn it forever?
Which thing? You have to use words. I have many different tabs up.
I put an X on it. But the siege worm weapon thing. I would like to set it on fire.
Okay. You're going to have to get close enough to do that.
I mean...
right now, so there's a couple things that you see as you get close to that.
Mm-hmm.
The first is that the field hospital over here, not to scale, the field hospital over here, they're called the Shepherd's Crook place. For that is being ignored by the giant siege creatures and the projectors, but the little spindly armored guys seem to be swarming over it. Every once in a while, you see like a pole arm being thrust out of a window, like to push them back. So there's clearly people inside trying to defend it, but you're not sure how long they're going to last.
Mm-hmm.
The west gate is going to be under siege shortly, and it's got the defenders, the archer types, are picking riflemen off the walls with every shot.
Yeah, no, the siege worm still has to die first.
Okay.
Because if it does, then they can just kind of hunker down inside and stop getting murdered by archer folk. At least in such great numbers. So, I mean, can I get up on a wall to see the horrible siege creature?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Is it cinematic and interesting to have you roll to climb a wall? He said, barely containing his dungeon master glee.
I mean, if you want, I can just levitate myself.
Can you really?
Yes.
Oh man, that brings up all sorts of questions. Like,
It costs a spell slot.
have you always been able to levitate you before?
Since last session, I saved your heart with it.
It was a horrible joke. Ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
The real levitation was inside you all along.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray! I've always wanted to levitate like you. Okay. Let's make this a little wider. Yeah, there we go.
Quoi?
I'm working 2 maps as we talk.
Okay.
All right. So we got Lorca going on. So yeah, you get up on the wall. You levitate yourself if you want. You know what? They can probably just let you in because it's not like they're surrounded, right? It's just
right.
two angles that they're being attacked by, more than just one. Which is also a thing that you're not terribly used to, Yorha. But you're not here. You're having fun punching people with fire.
Checks out.
I really want like a good good Kuleshov edit of like me throwing fire, and then it just like cuts to Yorha doing the same motion, but like is on fire. Yeah.
All right, so you're up on the wall, and you don't recognize anybody immediately, but there are Inquisition soldiers here staying side by side the city guard. Shoulder to shoulder. They fire a musket. They hand it to somebody behind them, who reloads the musket and hands it back and continues to do so.
Mhm.
No one questions you. Occasionally, there's like the second in command, like the blacksmith, the Ash.
Thomas.
Ashsmith, yeah, Ashsmith Thomas, comes running up to you out of breath and is like, "Help, please!" But you seem to be already doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't stop for anything. This thing needs to die before it can breach a wall, and this siege gets a hell of a lot worse.
He's, as you're running by, he's desperately trying to fill you in on details you don't really need. They came days ago, blah blah, blah, hoarding us in, keeping us here, stuff like that. So the thing is kind of like heaving itself forward. It doesn't look like it's got massive rear legs and kind of spindly, or not spindly, but kind of like smaller forelegs. And then its massive trunk of a body is just, it's like it weighs it down. So every step appears to be laborsome as it clumps forward. But it manages to pack quite a distance every time it throws a foot forward and staggers forward, because the thing is monstrously huge. It's a good 20 feet long.
But does it burn?
I guess we're about to find out.
Oh boy, how does this spell work? Because this is a spell I have not cast before.
You blow a kiss, and if they don't catch it, they burn for it.
Is that how that works? Because I should be on fire currently.
Dup. Can I just click it and it do the thing? Cast at what level 2? Great. Okay. So it's 3d20 plus my spell attack mod. Which I'll have somewhere, unless I deleted it. At which point it's 3 plus my proficiency mod is... That's a miss. That's a 16. And that's a 13 versus its armor class.
So you attack it 3 times?
Yes. I shoot 3 bolts of fire at it.
Oh, and you can target 1, 2, or 3 creatures with it.
Yes. And all 3 are going right at that one thing.
Is this first AC or...
AC.
The second attack hits.
It has an AC above 13 and it's ginormous?
Yeah.
Gross.
So,
There are bonuses for attacking larger creatures.
No, I think they just have a lower AC in general.
They take a penalty to armor class, yeah.
So, like, the first one fizzles a little bit because, you're getting jostled by the people around you and you're trying to push your way through. The second 2, like, land. Like, you hit the creature.
Yeah.
One of them scores, like, a burning furrow in this, like, thick orange hide. And it totally catches fire. Like, it burns, like, this deep wheeling scar into its surface.
Mm-hmm.
And like deep beneath it, you can see that there's layers upon layers of this stuff.
It's not that impressive. It's 7 damage total. Unless it's vulnerable to fire.
It seemed I'm not gonna say super effective, right? It's not like Pokemon double damage sort of thing.
Right.
But like this is the sort of thing where it got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a noticeable thing. Like its head isn't quite, like it doesn't have enough neck to like carefully turn its head, but it kind of like roars and kind of like tries to look back there. And when it opens its mouth to do so, it just seems kind of like its face was like if you took Play-Doh and you dropped it in a vat of teeth and then you folded it in half, that's kind of what its mouth looks like.
Seems like a mean thing to do to Play-Doh.
It does.
Wait, I get it. He meant Plato. Like
Can I do anything?
You can always do a thing.
Sweet, I'll remember that. I want to like run. Oh, I just double clicked the thing I shouldn't have. I want to run around this corner, around where the words are for the town name that originally was, but it's lost to history.
Mhm.
And I want to get this middle thing and hit it with hunter's mark. Tag it with my hunter's mark. And then I want to fire an arrow with it and use my hail of thorns on that arrow.
Okay.
Let me find my. Oh, it's right here. Okay.
So that you are firing, and so when you get closer, you can see that these things they're tiny, but there are way, way, way more of them than you thought there were.
Think that works out better?
I think so. Hail of Thorns hits everything within 5 feet.
So like you're pretty sure you're gonna hit like 45 of these things with Hail of Thorns, sort of thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's I guess I'll roll that. So the bow is going to be 24.
To hit?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no these things. Yes.
So it's going to do 3 piercing damage, and then with my hunter's mark, it does another 5 piercing damage, and then with my hail of thorns, everything around it takes 3 piercing damage. And does it die when I do the 8 damage to it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use my horde breaker to attack another one nearby, and that one is going to be a 26
Jesus.
That'll do. That's okay.
with 6 more damage.
I'm not gonna. It's not more. It's not 3 times what you needed, but it's getting there.
So at least 2 things are hurt, and then stuff around.
Dead?
So for the second one that you hit,
Mhm.
do you also have the Hail of Thorns thing, or is it just the first one?
I think it's just the first one. Oop, yeah.
What's the cast time on Hail of Thorns?
I think it's like a quick thing. I don't have my
Bonus
player's
action?
guide with me. Yeah, like a bonus thing.
So let's roll their dex save real quick.
45 of them.
I'm just treating them as a horde, right? So their save is DC 13. I rolled a 12.
Mm-hmm.
So they do not save. And
Yay.
it wipes out like a quarter of them.
Oh, okay.
Like, of the horde, right? A substantial portion of them.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, and like the process of this, so you fire that off, and you hit him in the middle, didn't you? So let's go ahead and just move these guys around a little bit. You're dead, and you're dead. As you do that, what does your Hail of Thorns look like? Because the first, it's just an arrow. You shoot up into the air, it comes right down, and one of them just like gets skewered and goes ah, and it falls to the ground, leaving its sword behind. So, well, yeah. You tell me about what it looks like, and then I'll tell you about something more interesting about them.
Okay, so for Hail of Thorns, I see it as like I learned how to make this special arrow that when you hit something living, it reacts in this weird way. Like instead of having the little the feathers on the side of it for balance, it's basically covered in spines. And then once it hits something, it just kind of begins to vibrate uncontrollably to the point where it just explodes. And claws or thorns or whatever sharp that I can find kind of explodes into everything nearby.
Awesome. Is there anything like, and we talked about this before, are your ranger spells part like nature of you, or are they more functional like the kobolds in a trench coat that pretend to be a mage?
I think the hunter's mark thing, like I think that's part of me and my weird extra eyes. And I think the Hail of Thorns might just be some practical thing that maybe was passed down
Gotcha.
from her people that she finally figured out how to implement on her own.
So, like in my mind's eye, it's kind of like a hunting thing, right? Like you're using this to catch game. Like maybe you shoot into the water and get a bunch of fish, or like a score of birds, or like hare, rabbits, or something are all close by. And it does a remarkable job, right? So all these tiny things get skewered with these thorns, and while they're smallish, right, and they might not like bring down an elephant or a buffalo, they're utterly deadly to these tiny creatures, and they seem to be like they're tiny humanoids, and they look like miniature goblins.
Oh, good. They hit the
God.
Warrens.
And the Filberts.
All right, Fritz, man, what are you doing?
So I think my goal is to try to pull the attackers off of the medic's tent.
Okay.
Or shepherd's crook, or whatever we're actually going to call it.
How are you gonna do that?
I've tried to. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna start shooting and causing a distraction, or try to just grab their attention by killing them, basically.
I'm going to get their attention by killing them.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna try to get them to try to follow me, Pied Piper style here, I guess.
Okay. So give me a perform.
I have to have a character sheet up somewhere. Yeah, 5. I can't perform.
That's
I
okay.
can't decide if serious. Like, you said
He's
Pied Piper
clearly
style.
shitting with you.
You said Pied Piper style. I was like, all right, well, if you're gonna play music to get them to follow you,
No, I think
No.
it's just lead them away.
The music is the sound of my gun. Yes.
so roll damage. You didn't
Yeah.
have to. Sorry. Yeah, if you want to shoot them, roll to shoot.
20's a bit easier.
20's pretty good. And so you're attacking these the little miniature goblins with some with armor, some with weapons, sort of things.
Yeah, if they're the ones that are attacking, they're right next to the tent, then yeah.
Okay. Move you over there. Are you on the wall, or are you just hanging out with Keith down here?
No, I want to be a more attractive target, so I want to be on the ground close by.
All right, I'm dragging you all over the place. You can just
Oh.
put yourself wherever you like, I guess.
Okay. So I'm going to do 2 things this round that are new for my character, so I'll explain. The first thing, as a bonus action, Fritz is going to kick in what look like, I guess, jump jets that are on the side of his armor,
Mhm.
for all intents and purposes, which is the spell Expeditious Retreat. So basically, I can dash as a bonus action instead of a full action
Wow.
every round for the next 10 minutes. So that ups my effective speed to 50 feet and my max speed at 75.
Nice.
And also the attacks that I'm using now are tapping to some new module that's on the side of Fritz's Thunder Cannon, where I don't know how it's working yet, but it adds extra damage effectively. So channeling some sort of like railgun sort of thing, magnetic force to propel the bullets faster, add extra impact. But the mechanics is just, it's another, I think, D6 of thunder damage. Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder damage. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. So you've got your Loudner in the front of your gun now, and your Expeditious Retreat boots, and so you show up and you cannon these things and you hightail it.
Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's Fritz.
Yeah. As soon as I'm assured that I actually have some of their attention.
Okay.
Enough to, make it worth running away.
So, yeah, you get a handful of these things turn and charge towards you. Like a third of them. And, it's difficult to figure out exactly how many of these things there are. They are tiny, and just so many. And they kind of, like, when they run forward towards you, it's more like water flowing forward than it is a creature. Just this orange tide kind of coming towards you with, swords the
pod?
size of forks. What's that?
This orange tide in a pod.
Yeah, that you just want to eat because it's so delicious looking. So you did 20 to hit, and it does like 10 damage.
Yes.
Now, does that area of effect in any way?
No.
Okay. I mean, you definitely catch like 5 of them still, right? As your shot goes through a line of them, but they're still coming, and it's not like an appreciable dent, right? It's like taking a bucket through a pool.
Are we on any kind of initiative?
Yeah, I meant to have you guys roll first because I wanted to flip back and forth between you and the town.
Okay.
Oh, hey, look, a town.
Neat.
Where did that come from? Oh, look, there's Yorha and Vashla. How are you two doing?
There's a lot of horses in this town.
Yeah. This is a horse on the hill.
There were a lot of horses in this town.
Also some chickens. I actually really like this town. This is very pastoral.
I think 2 of those are goats. No, 1 goat, 1 pig.
Bye, say.
Go home.
I am home.
Well, mission accomplished, 10 XP.
Sweet.
Oh, there's chickens.
Yeah.
Yes. We should stay here.
And maybe a rooster or two.
We should just stay here. This seems way nicer than that other place. That other place seems like a shithole.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think
So,
you turned this place into a shithole, let's be honest.
So let's talk about what y'all are
No
doing.
animals were harmed in the making of fireball.
We're teaching the new Ashwarden recruits animal husbandry and gardening.
Exactly.
This is
Are
how
you
we're
really
restoring
teaching
the
them animal
stuff.
husbandry and
No.
Okay. Because wow, that's lovely.
I don't think I have any skills that are useful. That's my goblin. You don't count.
I really like the mental image of Yorha being like, all right, troops, we're going to teach you some animal husbandry and some farming. And the troops like, oh, I used to be. And Yorha's like, I'm fucking kidding. Boom.
Don't make those pigs fuck!
We fight! And just like decks the guy.
See, in my head, that's the part where Yorha is like, animal husbandry, and punches a horse.
So I mean, that is. I guess that's a way.
At least it wasn't a donkey.
We had a donkey named Punch in a D&D campaign.
Oh, no.
Anyway, I think we're tending to everyone who participated in the fireball, and then we're probably packing up and following suit, is what I'm picturing.
Yeah, we're packing up as all the survivors, getting them medical attention.
Which is all of them.
Yeah, I think nobody died.
Nobody died. Explicitly, nobody died.
Man, we're gonna have to like up our standards after this one.
What are those?
Should be
Broken
loading.
images.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about.
I'm just gonna pan down so that everyone can see Mike's shame. There we go.
All right. Look, I didn't want it to be this way, but now it's going to be this way.
Are we fighting 2 small fires? Is that what's going on?
It's a mountain and a sun.
Is it they're tiny mountains? It's a tiny mountainscape.
Okay.
It's the littlest mountain kings.
I had saved these for a special occasion.
You're fighting the mountain goats, like the band.
Are we fighting the mountain with the goats though?
Mm-hmm.
Can I rally the goats?
Only if you shock the mountain.
Rally the chickens.
Gather them to your cause.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No. Oh, no. No, Mike. No. No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You brought this on yourselves.
This is amazing because Firefox just crashed in refusal.
Oh, that's fair. I think Firefox has the right
Oh,
idea.
shit.
I don't know if y'all know this, but Mozilla is owned by Disney, so
They're trying to
like
keep the word
everything
from getting
else.
out. Yeah.
Oh, Mike, and a lot of the people in this podcast don't even know how messed up this is. You bastard.
And won't for like 6 years at the rate we're
So
releasing our
long.
Saturday.
Unrelated, but what do we want to play on Saturday? All right, so I've added some Mouseketeer friends for you.
Jesus.
Okay, I'll do that. So yeah, tell me a little bit. Let's go. I want to dig. The fireball was so tasty and delicious. What's going on with you y'all?
Which one is one?
Which one?
Which one? Or are they all one? One for all?
God.
All for one, one for all.
Oh.
I don't regret that.
One of the guys sulking in the corner is named Javier.
There you go. Now they're all one for all for one.
All for one.
I had another musketeer, and it's like it's not loading for some reason. Like my old images aren't coming up anymore. Weird. Weird.
It doesn't. It's. I can understand why it doesn't want to load your image now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just opposed to it on a moral level. Tunnel is fun. Okay, great. Everybody's alive. Let's go. We're taking this cart
Where are you guys going?
back to... Aren't we like... Yeah, we're regrouping, right?
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah.
I think that was the plan.
Yeah, I think the ideal is we're just recruiting these guys, and then following after.
So, like, how messed up are some of these people from, like,
There we go.
Perfect.
I think some of them definitely have shiners, but beyond that, the worst is probably a missing tooth, like singular, because Yorha probably claimed it.
Okay.
Yorha has the tooth.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll have this be so this is one. We also have a Pedro, a Diego.
And Zach can tell me if I'm wrong, but I kind of pictured Yorha saying something patronizing, like it's important to keep baby teeth when they fall out.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I was saying, Zach can correct me if I'm wrong, but Yorha would probably say something condescending, like it's important to keep baby teeth when they fall out.
Yes. Yes. It's important to keep track of these. I imagine there's like some really weird, really terrible legend about a tooth fairy analog, where they like come and take your soul if you don't properly give them your teeth. Like it's backwards somehow.
Well, no, it's if you
Wow,
leave your
that's-
teeth around, something can come and eat it, and then it can assume your form, like some kind of weird doppelganger.
Oh. Okay, so you have to keep your own teeth around for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
reason.
Or dispose of them in a way that you know they are completely gone.
Right, because if it's if you get right, because if the enemy gets a hold of your teeth, they can grow people from your teeth.
Is that why teeth are always yanked out when someone dies?
That's right. It's
Yo,
partially
what
so
the
you can't
fuck?
identify the bodies.
This is a nightmare. What is happening?
Aaron,
Please,
I thought
please
you
no
liked
teeth.
body horror, Aaron.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
like
you...
it when I'm doing it to other people.
The old order of Saint Rhoda phylacteries used to use teeth, actually. Like we used to take out the recruits, especially your first time around. They take out your two front teeth, so everybody knows that you're.
I was gonna say, and then like some demon just rolled by, stole them all, and made a creepy mask.
Like, can we interest you in this?
Also, we're taking this building. Sign here, please.
Right. And then there was an explosion, and nobody knew why. All right, so you're hitching up this a couple horses to the wagon, and the villagers have like there's a mixture of people that are sad to see you go and that want you the hell out now.
That's fair.
Mhm.
That's right. Did we promise these people protection?
Yes.
As I recall. Are we taking all their protection
Well, I mean,
with us?
I don't know that we promised them protection, but that's the reasoning we're using for taking the Inquisitor to trial.
I recall us just saying we would clear the route out. The people that promised protection are the Inquisition, and they could never back that up.
I
Right.
mean, a hollow promise is still popular.
So we're just gonna peace out. See y'all later. Good luck.
Okay. I mean, what should we do if they come back?
I mean, send a
Hold on.
messenger.
No. Yes.
We make him a giant signal fire pit somewhere.
No, a chain of them.
Well, House on the Hill calls for aid.
That's what we've had the wands doing for the last 2 days. Just building giant piles of oiled logs.
You gotta soak the logs in wood.
Yeah.
That's what makes them flammable.
Yes. Yeah, so we set up some sort of signaling system for them. We wouldn't leave them high and dry. But we have to go now because we are needed elsewhere. And have
So,
already
but
taken care of
like,
the problems.
what do we do when there's? So, like, how do we know when there's a problem?
Do you remember what the rot looked like the last time?
Were they those stumpy orange looking creatures with the arms and legs? No,
Yeah.
Yes.
in their chest.
Yeah. You see stuff like that, light the fire.
That wasn't
Like-
the
like
rot
this
last
tall?
time.
You see weird things, light the signal fire.
God.
Okay.
Weird
When
stuff.
we come back, they're burning witches.
Just 10 minutes later, you turn around and the fire's lit.
We saw a bear, but he was like on his back legs. Does that count?
Here's the thing about Yorha. Yorha not
Tied to a
only
balloon.
Yorha's not only not overly concerned with unintended consequences, Yorha can't ever remember them happening.
So, I mean, Vosh was at least vaguely responsible and wasn't part
Yes.
of the plan to, like, get all these people evacuated to Lorca because
Yes.
we didn't
Yeah.
have the possibility to, like, actually survive with a disparate population like we have right now.
Oh,
Right.
are we caravanning them up then?
Yes.
Great.
Because we wouldn't have been able to do that without like more numbers of like trained armed people.
Okay. Yeah.
You cut out.
Yeah. Let's man everybody up. Collect your belongings. We're leaving.
Line up all the goats.
So you literally get all the people with all the animals and everything like that, and you can form like a wagon train sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it takes a couple hours, right? People are insisting on bringing their valuables. Like this person wants to bring this grandfather clock, and the only thing this guy gets is this ridiculously oversized grandfather clock, and he insists that's the thing that he needs to bring for this journey.
Are you Ryutaling us?
No, it's going to be a great story. Look, if one person in the audience gets that joke, it's enough.
Sir, there are clocks in the capital, or Lorca, or wherever we're going.
But my grandfather toiled away on this clock and built this hanger out of the brass from our teeth. It's tooth brass.
I reach into the clock and grab the brass part.
It's oddly calcified, like it's more bone than brass.
Oh my god.
I tear it out.
Sir, my entire family's teeth goes into that hole.
I will well, pull out his arm and slap it down into his hand. So now you have your relics. You must be going.
Okay. The horrified man leaves his broken grandfather dog in the road as he turns and trudges sadly onto a cart.
Does he just rattle the thing of teeth?
Yeah, it's just like teeth and wire,
Okay.
right, in the shape of the pendulum from the grandfather clock. I'm taking this directly from Argent Springs, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron.
Nothing ever happened with teeth. I don't know what you're talking about. Just
yeah, no. So
what even are teeth?
how I tooth. And so you're making progress, right? Aside from the occasional hiccup like that, you're getting this wagon train going forth, and the Inquisitors, like, I guess they're not really Inquisitors anymore, are they? The young Ash Wardens, are all, they're helping out, and despite being kind of hungover and a little punch drunk, like, they're all in a hand, and they seem more animated and lively than they have in a long time.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, no, we will travel as far as we feel like we can before civilians start dropping.
Okay.
And then we will rest and repeat the process until we find our way back to town, unless things happen.
So, there is a minor thing that's happening.
Oh, good.
And you hear the pounding of feet, and you've got all the townsfolk lined up, and all their belongings up in the middle of the road, and those tiny little, or those small troll teeth people are sprinting up the road at you.
Circle the wagon.
Yeah.
Come, wardens. We will meet this threat. And I'll point to like two of the women that I assume are in charge of the village, and be like, you two, you keep the children back. You keep everyone back behind the wagons, and we'll move forward and plant ourselves in the road in front of the charging Domokun.
All right. Now I'm gonna see if this persists from. Yes, it does. It's not like they may have this idea. All right. Did everyone roll initiative?
No.
Yes.
No, I think he just told us to not.
I did.
You got 15.
Yay.
You got 3.17. Is that it?
16.17.
I
16.
didn't see Aaron's roll.
16. Yeah.
Scroll up.
It's further up, yeah.
It's
Oh,
way
okay.
up there now.
Diggity.
Sonarathi gets a 15.2. Yorha. Where is Yorha? There's Gigan. 5. Very powerful 5. Vashla.
Rolled the
14.
1. Oh no, that's +1. Sorry.
It's +1. Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Somebody roll a d20 for 1.
All
Okay.
right.
What
Do it,
bonus?
Jordan.
Go, Jordan.
There's got to be a joke in there that there's
Roll
more
the
than
1 for 1. 1 for 1.
Do we make a
One for one.
one-on-one joke?
You just did.
Okay. I can do that. In Spanish.
And end turn. Somebody roll me 2D. Two people roll me more d20s.
Boop.
Oh, are we differentiating the wands?
Hey, Andrew. Nice.
Nice.
All right, and we're gonna do
Swish.
I'm gonna grab some water. If you guys want to strategize for a moment, I believe that Fritz is up first, so we switch back over to the Lorca Siege. Did you roll 420?
No.
No. Who rolled 420? That was you.
No.
Oh, roll.
Michael.
This is chat's fault.
That's why you don't read chat. I
see. Our strategy seems easy. You just kind of kill all the shit.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say maybe Fritz and I trade targets, and that's what I was going to suggest when I was just like, are we on any kind of initiative tracker? Because, yeah, I figure I have AoE and Fritz has actual damage potential, let's say.
Okay.
And better accuracy, so you can take out the single target, and I can take out, the crowd.
Do we know what those yellow ones are?
Archers, functionally.
Okay, I think I might go for them next.
I mean, yeah.
They're close to each other, and I can out-arch them probably, and I feel like that would be a good morale move.
I mean, if they're archers, would that make you the archist then? If you actually can out-arch them?
Maybe.
Or are you just archerer?
If I use silver arrows, can I be the Sterling Archer?
Sterling Mallory Archer.
Oh, if I was a duck, I could be the Sterling Mallard Archer.
Or if you had a minor title and some property, you could be Duchess.
There's so many possibilities, and Mike's not here to note these down. And really, it's a shame.
No, but he's got wireless headphones, so he's listening to everything.
I hear everything.
It's creepy. Also, that'd probably be like deafening.
I can tune it out selectively, like this.
Neat.
And I can't hear anything.
Hooray! Okay. So yeah, Fritz, if you want to shoot the big guy.
Okay.
And yeah, one of us can propose the change in strategy out loud.
Fritz, want to shoot the big guy?
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue kiting these guys because I have the speed on them, most likely.
They got those little legs.
Yeah, little tiny legs. But yeah, I will change targets to try to take out the siege engine.
So describe the path that you're taking. Like drag your character, are you running in front of them or behind them, or where are you going?
Crush, 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 crush.
No, I can't really. It'll probably be sort of an arc around. I'm off the map and fell off the world, so that's great. I can't get my guy back.
If only the world was round. Could have avoided this problem.
So yeah, I'm just gonna circle around back behind the army.
Okay. Okay, so as you're circling on back behind, you get towards the yellow guys, the archer bits, and like I said, they're effectively like what do I call them? Daddy long legs with laser feet.
I'm picturing Striders from Half-Life 2.
Yes. But they're massively long-legged and like tiny bodies comparatively. And as you get kind of close, one of them leg raises towards you. Like, it doesn't appear to turn at all. It just, one of the legs that you would have thought of was its back just kind of picks off the ground and joints towards you at an angle that looks like it's broken, and launches a D4. Roll a D4. You can pick your doom.
Okay. Roll a D4.
3. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, perfect.
Wow. So you describe how you dodge this icy blue light that comes shooting out of this broken leg.
So I imagine it would have to be a combination of a perfectly placed wall of some sort and the jump jets, and I've been playing Titanfall 2 all day.
Nice.
So I imagine it just probably runs up the wall, does some sort of little flip at the apex, and lands back on his feet and keeps on moving again.
Awesome. And we're gonna get right back to you in 1 second. I forgot to ask Vashla what she was doing.
I was mostly just gonna follow Yorha's lead.
Okay, because Yorha is like totally like taking people's teeth clocks apart.
No, I meant the circling the wagon and waiting for.
Yeah, but what's your role while Yorha is whipping the townsfolk into shape? Like, are you?
Oh, I just have my shield ready. I'm probably like standing somewhere near the ones least likely able to defend themselves. So like Yorha was talking to two women and like so that they could gather the children. I'm probably somewhere near them, focusing my attentions on protecting them. I'm not actively doing anything.
Talking of guerrilla podcasting, one of my dogs just barfed everywhere. 1 second.
Nice.
Great.
Nice. I'm a very angry, tiny person who doesn't want to go to bed behind me, so it's just great all over.
My cat's asleep right there.
Nice.
My apartment's still at a Dutch angle.
It is. I can only see a single Mass Effect sweater, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, there it is. Hold on. There we are. It's basically your cat.
Now you're out of focus.
Jesus.
You know, if you place those on the couch right, you can get like N7 stripes across like each shoulder.
Mm-hmm. No, but it's just supposed to be one side.
A little staging is all I'm saying.
They're multiplying.
They have chill rays. They're multiplying. And we're losing control.
Listen, you work at BioWare for a year. You pick up some N7 themed shit.
And a single Pathfinder thing.
Yeah. I'm very tempted to change my Twitter bio to like, I helped launch giant bombs. Most disappointing game of 2017. But then again, I also like working in this industry, and so like maybe rubbing some salt in that wound isn't a great, medium term strategy. Okay. So Vashla stands in defense. Fritz is gonna murder a worm.
I guess if I have to say that I'm doing something, I'm petting a goat.
Just keeping one of the goats calm.
Yeah, it's like the bravest goat came forward.
Well, because like goats. Sorry, go ahead.
The goat wants to protect its family.
You name that goat.
Like
we get it some armor, and suddenly you have a mount.
Yeah.
And you're an eldritch dwarven knight riding into battle with a jace hammer and a war goat.
The biggest goat.
Yeah, because goats do the herd thing, right? So if you stand facing a direction, that goat's going to stand facing that same direction. The goat will stand in defense with you.
What is the name of your goat?
Hold on, I'm gonna look up
Space Goats Coast to Coast.
Well, Mike isn't here.
I mean, Mike's in shot even.
I know, but I want to think of something great.
Lang?
No.
Vincent Van Goat?
I think I want to go for something Nordic.
I'm looking up Jace's like history now.
Motor Goat.
Or just Billy.
Escape.
Escape.
Jessica Alba. I found a list of good goat names.
I disagree.
There's like 8 entries under here for Tom Brady sucks.
Good.
William Shatner. Like these Bleeder Pan.
Where are you looking at?
Shut up, Jordan. I'll never tell. Ooh.
Quite attempted to give him Rona's brother's name.
God. Good.
All these goat puns are making my child very sad.
Goaterhead.
That's
Zach,
Goaterhead.
Zach, are we getting your son's goat?
Jordan. No.
By Benicio del Toro.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give the goat Rona's brother's name.
Man,
that not at all muted you.
Sorry. I just put it right on my throat, didn't I?
Yep, just like right here.
Sorry.
I will name him Asmund. It means divine protector or protector of God.
Mother of goat.
Yes.
Alternatively, the goat father.
Ugh.
You just call it greatest of all time.
I'll at least say that's a placeholder.
Goatest of all time.
I mean, nothing's ever a placeholder.
Billy the Kid.
I already
It's got
made.
two.
I
got two.
guess.
Yeah, that was like done right away.
I
If I
guess.
said it. As an American, it's my job to find stuff other people have made and then steal it and claim it as my own.
You made this? I made this.
Hey, did you guys know I created Friends at the Table?
Aaron, this is how guests stop coming back.
Oh no, that's true.
Okay.
I could always name the goat after my husband.
Jote.
Was he? God damn.
And it's still spelled with a G.
It's actually spelled exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just Jote now.
Yeah.
We're just slightly altering pronunciation.
Yeah, and we find
Really
some
nothing
moving
else.
pictures of Jote.
Okay, so Vashla
Yes.
and your goat Jessica Alba.
No.
Well, no,
Jote.
No.
no, not Mannheim Steamroller either.
No, it's Asmund.
It's Aslan.
No.
Osmond.
I have typed it.
Typed it. Typed it where?
In
Osmium.
chat.
Here, roll 20.
Hello, Jote.
Oh shit.
G.I. Joe.
I didn't know he was watching.
He's always watching.
Always.
I always feel like somebody's watching us.
Okay. Well, I am sorry, but the goat's name is Asmund.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So how do you spell Jote?
Asmund.
It's a dwarvish pronunciation.
Yes.
It's a beautiful language. You should learn it.
Mike, I hate you.
All right, so before the most gorilla of podcasts was interrupted by dog barfing in multiple places, I believe we were talking about Vasha, who's picking up Goatwise.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, are you okay?
I'm fine. just
Did you-
really hit my knee on the edge of my desktop.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just keep going.
Feels bad.
Fuck.
All right. Yeah, nicely done. Okay, so Vasha gets definitely got her goats there. Cool. Yes. Fritz, you duck dodge and weaved. You did a wall run to avoid this creepy leg shoot beam thing. And now you want to do a thing? You ran like 50, right?
Yeah.
Put you over here by the giant batting ramasaur.
So we'll just take a shot and only roll a 7, of course.
Jesus
That makes perfect sense.
Christ.
Okay. So, do you remember when we were talking to Adam about taking games that we liked and like cobbling it together from things,
Mhm.
and it's not going to recognize the thing anymore?
Not this Adam.
Other
Yeah.
Adam.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So I am going to steal a thing from effectively Dungeon World.
From Dragon Ball Z.
And the thing's massive tail that it kind of uses as a counterbalance lashes out towards you.
That's not good.
It's probably fine.
It's
Unless you-
saying hello.
Unless
Jesus.
holy shit! Unless you hate getting bludgeoned.
And it's a long sweeping sort of tail attack, and you see it coming, and you jump to launch yourself over it, but the thing is that there's just no. It's big, it's long, it's kind of sort of impossible to
I
to
have the
avoid.
log song stuck in my head now.
So I kind of imagine these things as orange dino logs.
Well, no, but you just said it's big, it's long,
big
and
and
I
it's
was
heavy
it's
and
wood.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wood. So do you want the average, or do we roll some ridiculous dice? No, this is too much. It'll take less damage than that. But yeah,
On a
But the
miss
average or
seems
some-
cruel, especially since it has its own initiative.
yeah, it's gonna shoot for another reason.
Great.
So you want the average, or you want me to roll die?
No, go ahead and roll.
This is the correct answer
Mm-hmm.
every time.
I mean, it all comes out in the wash.
So, its big old swiping tail
Jesus.
tags you for 10.
Ow.
Yeah, that hurt.
That's a bunch.
Yes.
That's a sizable chunk of gnome.
That's half of Sonorathi. For missing.
Don't miss.
That's why I make shit save.
Okay, so since that thing I was targeting previously died, I'm going to move my hunter's mark to this archer in the front.
Gotcha.
I'm going to fire a thing at it. Arrow, that's the word. 21.
21 will hit.
It does 6 damage. Hunter's mark does another 4, and I'm going to shoot the other one now with my horde breaker. And that is a 21 and another 6 damage.
Okay. And the hunter's mark does 4 additional damage, right?
Yes, so the first one takes 10 and the second one takes 6.
That's the same roll you got the second time around.
Mm-hmm. The exact same.
So 2 front. So the first shot is phenomenal. Like, you shoot up at these the kind of like the disc shaped things that at the apex of their legs that keep these things together.
Mhm.
And it's you feel confident in the hit because after your arrow like arc, are you like shooting up at them, or are you like shooting arc so the arrow comes back down?
I think it's kind of like a little parabola to go over the little guys, so I don't accidentally hit any of them, and try to just kind of land squarely on these weirdos.
Okay. It totally the creature like buckles under the weight of the shot. The first hit, the first creature buckles. Like it falls. And it has to catch itself with some of its spinning legs and kind of like hoist itself back up. So like if you imagine a dude on stilts, like if you've seen them like getting up in full costume,
Mhm.
it's like it's that horrifying thing where it's just kind of like, oh, that thing's kind of tall. Oh my god, it just stood up like a sectoid in Max Effect 2 or XCOM 2.
Mhm.
As it gets tall. And the second one is less less impressed. But like, yeah, it's still a solid hit.
Cool. Hey, Sen, these are harder to kill.
Just a thumbs up.
Gonna do it though.
Sinrathi.
I have faith in you, child. I don't like any of this. I also don't have nearly enough spells at this point, so let's throw a guiding bolt at... Good, don't put anything below. That's great. I'm gonna throw a guiding bolt at a thing. Yeah. Wait, do I have 2 copies of this thing? No? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna throw a guiding bolt. Actually, no, I'll just do create bonfire. And so it'll hit 5-foot square. Or cube, rather. And everything within the 5-foot cube and everything that begins its turn in the 5-foot cube has to make a DC 13 dexterity save.
DC 13 dexterity save.
Or it takes, drumroll please, 1d8 fire.
Nice.
So a 7 is not successful.
Great, it takes 1 damage.
So everything in there is on fire though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the start
and-
of their turn, they have to try again.
Yeah. And you were setting swaths of orange carpet on fire.
Mhm.
Right? They're on fire. Like even if they don't die immediately, that's still like a devastating thing
Yes.
to be.
My dice just suck tonight.
Um,
Sorry, I took them all.
That's, I mean, better you than me.
yeah, but are you sweeping across the battlefield, sort of like Magneto style, just kind of like
I mean, that's the idea, but I can't
firing
move
out the
it.
wrinkles?
But yes, that's the idea. Is I just clear cut these things, 1 damage at a time.
Well, this fire is just getting started, right? You're focused on it. It's the conflagration.
Nowhere
It's
to go
gonna
but
start
up.
That's right. That's right. Nowhere to burn, but on.
Nowhere to flame.
Vashla.
Nowhere to flame but on.
No flame, but on. Yeah. You see a handful of these stompy things, stomping up path towards your town.
My God.
What will you do?
I'm gonna fire a cannon at them.
Seems fair.
Actually, do I believe that I can reach them and attack?
So like, you were at the top of a hill.
Mm-hmm.
These gray things are kind of like steep hill faces. Like
Okay.
they're not cliffs, but they are. They're effectively cliffs. Like each drop is like about 10 feet. So but these guys are about kind of like 20 feet below you, and call it like, I don't know, what is that, 50 feet away?
Yeah.
Wow. So like, I know what your move is, but it's conceivable you could like get a double move and fling yourself down the cliff at these things. Pretty metal.
No, I don't have that because it wasn't an evocation or abjuration spell.
Well, no,
So I
just like
Oh.
physically
just-
getting over there.
Run. Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty metal, and if the goat comes with you, it's black metal.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go out with my versatile hammer in one hand and my shield in the other, just so that it's known that I'm using my shields. And I swing at the first one I see.
All right. So you're fling yourself down to these things. You give yourself advantage for throwing yourself in harm's way like this, because that's, like I said, metal.
Okay.
Advantage for metal seems like just playing to the GM.
Well,
I'm not saying it's bad or
that's
not
what
to
these
do
games
it.
are about.
Yeah.
16.
So 16. Why is the first one gray? Because it's lower?
Advantage, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, like you fought these things in combat before. They were hardy, they were menacing, they were monstrous, they were strong like the Dickens.
Oh, hey, are these the ones from session 1 that got me sick?
No, these are the ones from a couple sessions ago that were harassing the village to begin with.
Oh, the corn.
Yes, the demons of the corn. Yeah. But these are not stompy. They're not monstrously strong. There is no catching your weapon in their granite slab-like teeth. It barely reacts as you fling yourself down at it, and they're not running. They're just kind of stomping forward, and you beat the hell out of it.
Nice.
And it's still kind of like filled with marshmallow fluff sort of thing. Like it's not, you bludgeoning it seems like happy if you're trying to relieve stress, like you're frustrated and after a long day of 16-hour meetings, but like not great for stopping them in their tracks. Like it's not like Warhammer to bone,
No.
right? Like I imagine that's a kind of like a visceral feeling that somebody who fights with Warhammer gets. But like, yeah, you hit a thing with a hammer, you want a crunch, not a splorch, right?
Splorch.
And this is definitely the splorch thing, and it kind of like, like stumbles, like gets swung around a little bit, and just kind of like shambles back into place. And it's not even perfectly really clear if it realizes you're there. Yeah.
I make a mental note of it, but I can't let these get to wherever they're going, so I just keep going. I actually even use action surge to attack again.
Do it to it.
Do I still have advantage?
Are you gonna do something metal?
I want to try hitting all of them at once. And
pretty metal.
I assume at this point, Asmund the goat has joined me.
I'm gonna. It's not like a war goat yet.
No, but
Right.
the spirit is there, and that's all that matters to me.
Okay.
This is the crucible in which the war goat is formed.
Okay. Did you give it a hit of ash juice before?
There's probably like an ash symbol or a symbol in ash on its forehead.
On his forehead, yeah.
Yeah.
We should have done that for last weekend. Does
For Ash Thursday.
is there a long and sorted what's the word that means like
Story?
Sorted?
sordid
Yeah.
tradition of inducting animals into the Ash Wardens?
There are definitely stories. Like there are definitely like the old stories about the guy who had the boa constrictor in his dorm room or something like that. Like the Ash Wardens have like the Order of Saint Rhoda has those people in it that will do that thing. And so yeah, there have been familiars through the ages that have been formally inducted to the point where they were actually raised with their masters repeatedly sometimes.
Nice. All right.
Because once you get that force,
like I just want to make sure you didn't miss the shade in chat.
yeah. Listen, whippersnapper.
Whenever I punched you. Okay, I go to swing again.
All right, do it.
21.
Okay, that'll hit. And like you're pretty satisfied with the amount of
Mhm.
warhammering you are doing,
Mhm.
even if the thing is not. Adam is not satisfied with this mic shield though.
No, I just knocked my microphone aside. So
Yeah. But it's like it seems slower, but like, yeah, it's hard to tell that you've like you don't get that visceral sense of success out of bludgeoning this thing with a warhammer. It's you've hit it repeatedly. It's definitely like trundling forward slower. But like you've done a monstrous amount of damage to this thing and it's still on its feet.
It feels like I'm hitting it with an inflatable hammer instead of like a steel one.
Yeah. And to add insult to injury, they ignore you as they tromp forward.
Yeah, I kind of figured they would.
I think she gets to punch at least one of them.
Yeah, you get to pick one to punch.
Choose wisely.
For one of them is a suicide Domokun packed with TNT.
I probably like just take another wild swing at the first one because I was upset that he just walked away from me.
Okay.
I'm going all out on just this first guy.
Do it.
Smash him. Smash him good.
20.
What'd you get?
20.
20's good. How much damage you got?
9.
And you finally bring that first one down.
Hooray! I am so happy. I don't know. I think Asmund tramples it.
Yeah, and like, and the other 4 Domokuns, which are not running or happy in any way, continue to stomp forward, kind of like trudgingly, like, you know, back and forth, even over their fallen compatriot.
Cool. I'd definitely at this point call Yorha's attention. Like if he wasn't already looking for some reason, and tell him that they're effectively ignoring me, or they seemed a little more focused on I don't know what.
Well, he's definitely watching your exploits at this point.
Okay.
Watching you smashing them.
Mhm.
Smashing Domokun to death.
Mhm.
Well played, Shield Sister.
Where are they going? Do you think?
I mean, I think they're going to the mass of people. Is my assumption, anyway.
Oh, I thought they were going somewhere different from town.
Maybe they're just like walking and we're
Yeah, they're just
harassing
passing
them.
through. They're like, holy shit, what an aggressive town.
These guys are dicks. First they tried lighting us on fire, and now they're just stabbing us for no reason. I don't. 1 star. 1 star review.
would not harass again. All right, so back at Lorca.
That's us.
The monstrous stompy log creature pushes its way, ignoring Fritz, stomps towards the west gate, and like kind of like it's not up against the gate yet. It kind of like rocks itself backwards and then charges forward and just smashes its face into the gate, and the entire wall like shudders. Like the people fall. Like you can see like a massive crack in the gate, and the thing like bounces back a little bit, but like
Can I
the
catch
ground
anyone?
rumbles. What's that?
Can I catch anyone to prevent people from falling?
With your telekinesis?
No, I'm out of level 2 spell slots. So
Oh, okay.
hey, there's
Yeah,
2
yeah,
Fritzes.
I've duplicated myself somehow.
Alternate timeline Fritz comes in to help out.
There's 2 of everything.
If one of them's on, there's an Agents of Shield joke here. So yeah, you can give me a dexterity save to see if you can grab a guy to stop from falling off there.
Great. Time to roll a 1. 14.
Yeah, 13's pretty good. That's good. Yeah. You there's somebody who he drops his musket over the front and starts to go over it too, but you grab him by the scruff of his neck and pull him back.
Sweet. Dust him off. And...
Yeah, I'm gonna get an icon for that in a hot second. First, Yorha.
Yes.
We're still looking at Lorca.
Yeah, I forget to move the ribbon sometimes.
So Yorha will raise his glaive over his head and look directly at the Mouseketeers over here and yell, "To battle!" and run, whooping to here, and stab so hard, so very, very hard.
All right, what you got?
Raging first, because of course. I'll take it.
Okay.
So that's 20 versus AC, 9 slashing damage, and 5 radiant. Because I do radiant damage when I rage now. Like my glaive is shining. I go Super Saiyan and then run forward to smash things.
Nice. Okay. So you did 9 slashing, so 14 total?
Yes. I remember these guys had... I thought there was a radiant weakness last time. Some of it is radiant damage. If that's not the case anymore, then it's 14 damage.
Okay. So it's super effective, right? You cleave bits of this marshmallow fluff creature off as you charge in, and the battle cry, and it sizzles, like caramelizing, so to speak, as the radiant damage kind of cuts through it. And it's filled with the marshmallow fluff, but the kind of the stuffing from before, the same sort of the weird granular fungus from before.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff.
Okay.
But it's like brittle, not brittle. Yeah, it's something's different with these things. It cleaves off. It kind of falls off. The creature is not does not dodge your attack.
Okay.
It just kind of stands there and allows you to cleave it.
Great. Yeah, so I'm standing there with my glaive still mostly in this thing, and there's steam coming off, but there's backlit steam essentially. I'm glowing, literally glowing, and then I turn and wave to the Mouseketeer, wave an arm at the Mouseketeers. Quickly, we must hold the pass.
Okay.
Come, Ash Wardens.
They all run forward. And they've got their rapiers at the side, and they draw muskets and let loose a volley.
Nice.
Oh, whoops, that's not right. There you go. And their bullets rip into the lead rot troll, I believe is what these were.
Okay.
And it kind of peppers in. It has a similar sort of effect as Vash's hammer, right? Like these things should have fallen down, but they're doing a remarkable job of absorbing the impact.
Of not falling down.
Fritz.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running up the back of this monster and shooting it in the head.
So you've been playing Monster Hunter World.
Yes. I haven't played it, but yes. So yeah, that's what I'm planning.
All right.
I don't want to ask, but should I roll something to climb the monster?
So I think so. It seems pretty metal. Yeah, that does seem pretty metal. I don't think so.
I mean, it's been described multiple times as log-esque.
Log-like. Yeah.
Right. It's massive. It's like 30 feet long or something. It's ginormous.
I just had an idea that works against us.
Well, tell me.
Maybe its corpse doubles as like a siege tower.
It dies by digging its multitude of teeth into the top of the wall. Cool.
Andrew, shut up.
It's a cool idea. I like it. Jesus,
it's great, but
Christ.
it's also awful.
Cannot roll.
Oof. I mean, you did. It was pretty metal, right? We all agreed that it was metal, so you should have advantage.
7.
Okay. Look.
I just Babe Ruth it. Holy shit! I'm sorry.
That makes it 11 total.
Yeah.
I do believe the phrase "witch" has been thrown around more than once. Use your powers for good.
I have to sap the luck from others to keep my rolls good so that people want to keep me around.
Okay. That's fair.
That's not why we want to keep Keith around.
Scapegoat?
A scapegoat. All right. 11 plus 4 is 7 plus 4 is 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got a phenomenally tough hide. Like it's a hit, and it's just like I said, phenomenally tough hide.
Mm-hmm.
You blast like a chunk of it off, and it's at point blank range, right? And the thing like staggers, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's Keith.
Hello. How close is this giant thing to the frontmost weird spindly archer?
I mean the giant thing is very long. So
is part of it within 5 feet of the front spindly archer?
Functionally, sure.
Cool. Shooting them both. First one's going to that spindly thing because it's got the hunter's mark on it. Crit. What happens when you crit?
It rolled the extra die for you.
Oh, hey, shit. Okay, so 10 piercing damage, and then another 1, so 11. Does that kill it?
I think, because I know you double your sneak attack, I think you double the hunter's mark damage. Like, roll an extra die. Because I know you double sneak attack.
Okay, so Mike, it's either 11 or 16.
And you hit the long spindly thing first?
Yes. The one that I had shot previously that kind of fell over.
Yeah. The first the first volley did it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And so you tag it with another like launched arrow. And it reels back like when you hit it, and it brings like 3 of its legs up, and they kind of the whole thing just kind of like tips over backwards, and it's huge, but like not massive, right? So
Mhm.
it's super tall, and like it does this, and this doesn't crash to the ground. It just kind of like thump.
Cool. And this one's for the big, tall, long thing that's trying to mess with Fritz. 16.
It'll hit.
I maxed out the damage at least, so 10 piercing damage.
10 piercing damage. So tell me about the arrowing that you do.
I think I'm trying to aim for the joints where the limbs meet the body, the trunk, so to speak. Because I figure it can't siege if it can't move.
Yeah, so you like shooting in the upper leg sort of thing?
Yeah, I figure like the front shoulder joint. I think I'm gonna try to shoot it.
Okay. Yeah, the arrow definitely wedges in, and
Oh wait, I forgot. I moved my hunter's mark to him, so another 5.
oh, because the first thing is dead. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, another target's bonus action. Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the arrow definitely sticking in the limb, and it was what am I looking for? Not fluid. The
Viscous.
janky.
Okay.
It was already kind of like lurching, and the arrow embedded in its on one of its shoulder joints doesn't seem to have done any favorites. It still kind of like rocks backward and then charges forward in order to move. Like it's got to overcome some massive amount of momentum. Speaking of you, Ranks and Rothy.
So I have a plan. So I've got this bonfire that I've created out here under one of these pits of assholes.
Now we have an asshole problem with the pits of assholes.
I would like to move it there functionally. Just sweep this line of fire across the battlefield. To kind of create like a no rot zone because they don't like fire. And 2, and yes, I know I said A and then 2. 2, I want to stop with the fire under the giant murderous siege beast.
Awesome.
So how many things are making DC 13 saving throws?
Well, the one thing for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see how poorly I roll on my D8. I want to just double check that it's a D8.
11.
That would be impressive.
Mm-hmm. If you got an 11, my witch status would be confirmed.
1 in 400 chance of that happening. Okay. But 7 still.
It's pretty close to top.
Yeah, that's great. Rolling an 11 on an 8 would have been amazing.
Well, of course they are. This thing has a positive dex score?
So,
or are these the little dudes? Okay.
The little dudes do.
Okay. I was like, if this giant hulking dinosaur that moves in stop motion.
And finally, oof.
Yow. What?
I found their weakness. It
Hey,
turns
what
out
happens?
it's moving.
What happens then? Like if you get a negative on a saving throw, does like extra bad shit happen?
I mean, you failed.
Yeah.
It cycles back around to good stuff, actually.
Oh damn!
That's a good idea. We'll
Life
use
hack.
that. We'll do that. Thank you.
It's like driving in reverse to reset the odometer.
Underflow error.
I swear that you had like a there it is. So, it's just straight up safe. Like if they're successful, nothing happens.
Yeah. Yeah, they dodge out of the way of the fire.
So the long spindly thing you catch. So the little goblinettes are fairly adept at running out of the way of this thing. They they catch fire and don't seem to be as terrified as everything else around them, or they just kind of like they see it coming and they are more aware of the battlefield around them and take action as appropriate. The long spindly thing did not seem to like fire. You didn't actually pass it through it. It was just kind of close, and the thing seemed to burst into flame.
Good to know.
And topple over.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, you've got the giant walking battering ram thing. And this is on fire.
Hooray.
And it's just, you're kind of under it, right? So when it goes again, it's going to burn harder.
Yeah.
So let's put a little flame icon on it. Of course, there's no flame icon.
That's really weird.
Why would there be helpful status effects that were clearly... Like, there's this thing, but it looks more like poison ivy than fire.
Huh. That's definitely weird.
So just make a note of it being on fire. Vashla, I believe that you and your goats have adventure
Mm-hmm.
to do.
Yep.
Possibly weapons.
Asmund is probably still stamping on the dead Dumbledore.
And eating clock bits.
Nice.
Yes. Before we left, he actually helped Yorha take apart bits of that grandfather clock.
Breaking it off and feeding it to the goat.
Yeah.
Making eye contact with that guy the whole time.
Yorha killed one, correct? Or
No.
Okay.
No, you already did not. Sorry.
Okay. I'd like to finish that guy off.
Do it. 12.
I think not.
This has got to be a thing going forward. Like,
Actually, hold on. Are any of them wearing armor?
no.
Fuck. Okay.
9.
No, 9s are for Renee.
Yeah. I think we already discussed before that my version of that was like 4 back in Plains. Sorry, I'm just looking at Witch Bolt if I want to use that.
Better than 4 3s and a 1.
Which bolt? That bolt. That bolt.
This bolt?
I'm sorry, I'm just seeing if a target dies while I cast Witch Bolt, if I can just move it to a different one. Whatever. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt because I haven't really done anything offensive with my magic yet.
I disagree.
Are you going to shout profanity as you do this?
Yes. So they have to make a save against 9. I have spell attack bonus of 1. I don't know if I use that in this situation or not.
Yes. No, actually.
This isn't a save. This is you making an attack.
Yeah.
You get to roll a die. You're rolling.
Yeah, make a ranged spell attack.
Yes, with your amazing intelligence modifier.
Mhm.
Isn't it?
It's int.
-1?
Yes.
It's int, which was originally my dump stat because I did not see myself going down this path. 17.
Well, that's super effective.
That ain't bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is very good.
It's
So
lightning.
they take 1d12.
Okay. So which one are you attacking? Are you attacking the one over by Yorha, or are you attacking one of the ones close
The one
to
that
you?
Yorha couldn't kill, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
1!
Wow. Well, at least you're going to do damage to it again later.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's
Bummer.
you use your whole action to do it.
Yeah, I know.
1d12, so swingy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of magic is just these dice plus nothing.
Yeah. Would you like to describe you doing your best impersonation of Emperor Palpatine on the poor Luke Dumbledore?
It's a
Your faith in your friend is yours.
I probably don't do anything like raise my hands like that. I probably like point one finger and a little spark comes out.
Can we get the full like force lightning wind up and then just like a static discharge like
It's just Zot. It's like, oh, I licked a battery.
Yeah, I totally mime like a musket shot, and there's like an arc of lightning between me and the Domokun.
Yeah, it's starting. It's starting to lightning.
You rubbed your hands on Asmund before to get like static built up, and then
Yeah,
I didn't get enough though.
It's more apparent on your hands. Like you're still kamehamehaing. It hasn't hasn't really launched yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then they shuffle forward.
The arc follows them.
Yeah.
yeah.
As they walk by.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Of course you do.
Okay. I want to take it on.
Oh, geez.
I want to take it on that guy. That one right there. That one.
I should have picked him.
Oh my god.
This poor goat.
Mushroom world.
Make my monsters grow.
I'm going to take my attack of opportunity right there on this guy.
So the one that's super wounded, not
The second
next
one.
No, not the one that she's got all lined up to zap to death next turn. Like I'm just that.
Yorha understands small unit tactics and not much else.
Mm-hmm. This is Yorha's hobby. Yeah.
Wow, 14 damage.
All right, it was very effective. Yeah. So it's another one of those like awesome like if this was fourth edition, then the creature would be bloodied. Right, you do one of these awesome like twirling stab flip things, and like there's maybe a kick in there or something. Like I don't know, Yorha seems like one of those types. Like it was brutal. Like is it just like swinging it from the hips and the shoulders at the same time, or are you kind of like
somewhat? I mean, at this point, because I'm so like I'm basically going Super Saiyan, right? Like I've got the radiant rage going on. So yeah, like I'm like moving in like slow motion, but somehow still sped up Goku speeds with its glaive that's slamming through things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you plow right through it, right? Like it's not offering you any sort of material resistance as you attack. It's not like jumping out of the way. It's not blocking you. It's just the sheer mass of granulated rot flesh is the only thing that is keeping it plodding forward.
Cool.
Fritz,
Yes.
you were on this thing's head.
Mhm.
It staggers backwards and lunges forward again. And like it's flat out charging. It's got 30 feet with its speed built up. It's about to impact the gate.
It takes fire at the start of its turn.
So go ahead and how far does it take?
It makes the DC 13 save. And hopefully if it fails, it takes 7 fire again. Wow.
-3 again.
Cool.
If this was 4E, this creature would be bloodied. Fritz, are you going to like keep riding it as it slams into the gate?
I want to try to make a deck save to spin around and deploy my shock absorbing pythons, whatever they're called, into the creature's head to absorb the impact for me.
So you're not going to get off of it. You're going to tech your way through.
Yes.
All right.
That sounds like Fritz.
Yeah. So defy danger with intelligence, probably.
Okay.
No, sorry, that's Dungeon World. Click
Man.
the spell so I know what it does.
Adam really got to you.
Bricks
Do
have
you
to
want to
make
do a saving throw or just or what do you want?
Save. Let's save versus do a Constitution save.
15.
15. Okay. Yeah, you're able to like withstand the concussion, but like the entire thing seems to the gate in front of you can't, it's not gonna be able to withstand another sort of barrage like this.
Not a whole lot we can do about that.
The you on this creature, like, it's remarkably good at smashing into things, but
Mhm.
like its entire like spinal column is rigid, right? Like it's not healthy. It's not good. It's a very one purpose creature. Yorha, back to you.
Yes. All right. So there's this like holy light. We assume holy light. Falling off Yorha in waves. And so this one here is the one that I just hit, right? I'm actually gonna I'm gonna leave that one for the schlubs to clean up, actually. I'm gonna smash this one here. Like, lift the glaive above my head, pull a one-footed spin move, and slam it back down in an arc of light. Boom. So
Was it
that
this one
is-
here?
That one right there.
Okay. So you're leaving the one that you damaged already. You're gonna put more to hurt on this one. Okay.
Yep. I figure we'll get another shot at that one in a minute.
Did barbarians get to continue attacking if they kill something, right?
I specifically do, yes.
Okay.
You've got
I was
cleave.
I'm hoping to. I keep hoping to put a hurting on one bad enough to cleave into another one. If that doesn't happen, then in a few round, like next round, enough of them are going to be wounded for me to be able to do it anyway. So, is my thought process here.
And I mean, hopefully the Musketeers can murder the closest one.
It's kind of what I'm hoping too, because we got this one right here is about to get electrocuted to death. Hopefully, maybe this one's going to get like capped, and then I can like cleave from this one into this one as it goes.
So it goes.
Awesome.
I should probably move my character closer.
Not if you're throwing lightning around.
What are the Musketeers doing?
I mean, are they reloading?
Yeah, but I'm having you and Yorha direct them. You and Vashla.
You and your Hazak.
Yeah, it's all
I feel like
on you.
that's a lot of power. I got this. No, I think they would, if they can reload their muskets in one round, then they would be firing again. If not, then they would have affixed bayonets, and they would be doing the thing.
They've got like rapiers as well as muskets.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
but-
if they don't have guns ready to go, then let's step up and.
They're kind of like specialized artillery pieces, so I imagine they'd be able to fire again.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, shoot them.
Yeah.
The first one and the second one in line. Like, what's your orders?
Shoot this one. That one right there, because Vashla's got this one. Unless Vashla has another plan for this next turn.
No, I'm
All
still
right,
gonna try zapping the first one again.
I think
So
it just
notably-
happens.
So they unleash a fusillade, and the four of them managed to drop one. The second one in line there.
Nice.
So bullets, smooth bore shots, fires down the hill, as the four of them say, ready, aim, fire, and it kind of like stumbles. It doesn't stumble backwards as they get shot. It continues trudging forward, and then it just kind of like groans and falls face down into the ground. Fritz.
Well done, blue shirts that are definitely not red shirts yet.
Soon though.
I unfortunately don't have any other clever gadgets right now, so I think I'm going to try to.
How big does your bag of holding open up into?
Not big enough. I mean, I can hide myself in it, but that's about it.
I was gonna say just this thing's head.
I think even that's too big. I don't think the bag of holding's that big.
Okay.
Uh, 2 feet diameter.
Dang.
No, so I'm assuming that it probably needs this rigid spine to bear its own weight. So I'm going to taking a shot to sever the spine of this creature. We'll see how that goes. 'Cause I've been shooting so well this game. It's only a 12.
What's really frustrating is I can't guiding bolt fast enough because I'm going last. And it would give advantage on an attack, but I'm going last.
No,
I mean, Fritz, do you want to hold your action?
It's too late.
I made the roll. It's cool.
Okay.
If Burb wants to hold their roll, I can whiff with guiding bolt and then give you advantage.
All right. So
Make it so.
I feel bad because it's a tremendous amount of damage.
Yeah, but that's a D20 system.
Welcome to D&D, Mike.
But
Nope.
I mean, have you seen my damage the entire time? Yes.
Yeah.
I think I. Yeah, no. I just can't hit.
I invite you to roll up the chat log and watch how Yorha did last week.
Yeah.
I really like.
It's D&D, Mike. Doesn't give a fuck about your story.
Fans of the players, I want to see you all succeed.
At least not beaten right now.
You gave us
Like, at
2
least-
armies to fight, Mike.
I believed in a thing called love.
God damn it! I was gonna say that.
Well, 40% of us were off lashing ourselves to a tree.
Yeah, I thought your
And
hand
goat
were gonna
herding.
come in during the middle of us.
No, when we originally split, we said we'd be back as Firebrawl was ending.
Yeah.
Like Firebrawl
we were-
took days.
I was imagining you guys like going into the city, finding a way into the city, and like us regrouping in a hot second. But like, yeah.
But it's Mike's campaign, and you split the party. So
Right.
True,
no,
so
just-
Mhm.
with the remainder action, realizing this thing's going to put its head through the gate next round, I don't think I want to be on its head anymore. So I'm getting off the dino.
I went off this ride.
Yeah.
No more. No more.
Every gnome for themselves.
Well, so now I feel horrible because you were saying that you were supposed to be back by the time the fireball was over.
Well, I mean, that was our original plan.
Because I imagine that the distance was
We were on this march a couple days.
okay.
And so our original plan was we dropped the Inquisitor off in Lorca, which I don't even care where he is. He kind of escaped by now because sure as shit none of us have been looking for him for 18 seconds or whatever. But anyways, yeah, we were going to drop him off in the dungeon, turn around and head back to the house on the hill.
Okay.
That was our original plan, but siege, so here we are.
Right.
So this is happening like 2 days before the house on the hill stuff. For all we know, like the trolls that are being butchered by Yorha and Vashla are like refugees from Lorca who got rotten on the way.
That's
It's
awful.
us.
I kind of love it though. It's us.
Yeah.
Okay. Keith, do you want to go next, or do you want to let Cinerathi take a
Boss number 2 requests that I hold for a moment, so I
Yep.
will do so.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. It's going to be great. D20 plus 5. Science point to yes. Attacking its AC seems stupid, but fuck it. Guiding Bolt.
When we roll like that, doesn't matter what you're attacking.
I think it's still half damage. So I mean, like, it's still a bunch of damage, but it doesn't give the advantage.
Would is it what kind of?
It's radiant damage. And I
What, is it cleric? Is it a cleric spell?
yeah. Actually, no wait. There was a thing that I have for this, and I've literally never remembered to use it. I have Favored by the Gods, which is part of the entire fucking reason I chose this class. I get to add 2d4 to an attack roll. 15.
Nice.
Does that hit its AC?
It does, in fact, hit its AC.
Hooray. Cool. So it's going to take 4d6 radiant damage.
Okay.
13 radiant flavored damage.
That's
And the next attack roll made against it has advantage.
okay.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yorha, it was probably, or not Yorha, Fritz, it was probably a good idea for you to jump off this thing, because the entire thing is kind of like on fire now. Like it's not the normal red Sinrathi fire. This is like more of a Yorha whitish bluish thing going on. But the thing is on fire. It doesn't appear to like notice that it's on fire. It's still doing the kind of like stumble backward, flying forward to hit the gate thing, and it's preparing to do so. But first, Keith.
I think Kate is going to reach back and grab like a bigger than normal arrow. 16.
It still hits.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Sorry. So it takes 6 damage, piercing damage.
Mhm.
And I think she's going for like the head area.
And I'll form the head.
Yes. Or
Does
I'll
Hail of
hopefully
Thorns kick in?
deform the head. No, there's nothing nearby it, huh?
Is there anything nearby it, Fritz?
Just Fritz. If you want to attack Fritz.
No.
Okay.
I just misclicked that one. I was trying to hit the hunter's mark. They're right next to
I
each other.
imagine Fritz is running down this thing's back as arrows and divine bolt are lancing through it.
I think we want to burn the Hail of Thorns to see if we can't actually finish this thing off.
It's huge, right? So it would absolutely.
Okay.
I'd say that you could totally do that.
Okay. 7. Oh wait, must make a dex save to take half damage or miss and take a d10. Okay. So does it want a dex save against the DC 13? If you want to use that one that I already rolled on accident.
I mean, you
not
beat it
dex
too. Yeah.
So it takes 7 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
This one goes in its head, and then you can see stuff exploding further into the brain meats.
By 2. Yeah.
It's alive by 2, or I killed it by 2.
Dead
Yeah,
by
I killed
2.
it by 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So you shoot it the bigger the normal arrow. You shoot in the brain meats. And you're guided by like a divine hand, right? Because without Sinrathi's, without divine guidance, you wouldn't have had the advantage. You wouldn't have gotten that 16. So like, there's a moment when like it's like you can feel it's almost like somebody is nudging your bow, and it'd be really like annoying. But it's good, one of your many eyes decides that seems like that was a better angle to begin with.
One of the eyes sees something moving it.
You've
Just
turned
close the
on
targeting eye.
No, you've
The
turned
targeting
on
computer's
your
off.
targeting computer.
Keith, what's wrong? You've turned off your targeting eye.
Yeah, I imagine like 4 eyepieces come down. It's like
Thump, thump, thump. It's part Keith, part Garrus. Yeah, and you shoot true, right? And then your fragmentation arrow explodes, and the thing staggers forward and like slumps to the ground and collapses against the gate. And so now there's this giant monster head buried up against the gate.
Damn it.
Yeah, guiding bolt's real strong.
It's 46 when I hit, so yes. I mean, the other spell that I've thrown so far this fight was up to 66. I just capped out my roll at like 11.
Uh-huh.
Vashla, I believe you need to start this round by rolling a d12. Is that correct?
Yes. That would take my one action. So.
Oh, it would. So yeah, if you want to.
No, I'm
you
going.
can-
Yeah, I'm going to see if
Okay.
it successfully electrocutes the Raccoon to death. 7.
Oh well, that's
The first one.
that kills it a lot.
Hooray! Yeah, no, I probably like the little arc as I'm pointing at it, like I'm probably staring at it in confusion, like why did that only do 1 damage? I'm probably like frantically snapping my fingers with my free hand just to charge it up.
So yeah, he's like hitting the finger gun, trying to get it to work.
I really like the idea that the first roll just like established the link, and you're like going over the spell in your head. You're like, oh right, and then just like twist and pull, and like this
Yeah.
leash of lightning just rips out of the thing, and it falls over dead.
I'm probably even like muttering some dwarvish curse, like come on, you piece of shit, like spell, come on.
Yorha standing right there doesn't know Dwarvish, so it just assumes arcane speech of some sort.
One thing I want to point out from the Warhammer Vermintide game is there's like intro to dwarven tooltips that pop up during loading screens, and
Elky scruff.
one of the dwarven curse words is for a candle that goes out in a mine shaft, which is which is so good and so dwarvy.
Holy shit. I love it. Yeah, and I mean, Zach, it doesn't, it definitely helps that I was literally casting witch bolts.
Nice. Not wand bolt.
Yes.
Yeah, you zap the shit out of it, and it is El Dedo.
That's pretty good.
That's Spanish for corpsey.
It is all corpseified.
Just corpsey going.
I think you still get to move and stuff if you want to.
Yeah, you still get bonus action and stuff if you want them.
I'm just gonna follow along where like ahead of where they're going, just kind of like kind of catching my breath for a second, just like twirling my hammer, waiting for the next time I see an opening.
Yeah. And like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're still staggering forward. Like more than half of them are dead. They've made like almost no progress. Like half the probably the progress up the hill. They're not doing good, and they're still just determined to get to the center of this town.
So I'm curious by it, but I'm not curious enough to let it happen. If any of the other party members were here, I might have deferred to them because they might have been able to theorize a little more than I could with my whopping 8 intelligence. But honestly, I just want them dead because I don't want to take any risks with these people that I'm protecting, because I'm still really guilty about Matthias's and my kinsman stuff. So they're focused on something I don't want to see what it is.
Right. Okay. And they walk past you. If you want to pick your targets.
Yeah, I'm so with the pick of my hammer, while I kind of like hook the leg of one of them and then smash down with the flat part of my hammer.
Nice.
$18.
You have advantage?
Or no, I don't. 7.
Okay. You're actually flanking it, aren't you? All right. No, not really. Yeah, it you hook it and you gotta smack it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not having any of that this time around.
I will, as they move past me, I will hit the one that's sort of the undamaged one so far.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Roll to do some damage. Yeah, a 23 will in fact hit.
Cool.
You sure?
It was close, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it to you.
Yeah, I'll step in and sort of plant the glaive under it, between its weird little Domokun sausage legs, and then slam it up through it. To slice
Oh,
a chunk out of
poor
it.
creature. I feel horrible for it.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's a significant amount of radiant damage, and like 2, 2. Let's just here. 1, 2, 2. Like they're super close, but they're also like, they weren't all that great beforehand, and now they're like last leg sort of thing, and they're about to run into the Musketeers.
Must save Juan. No, they're heading in Juan's direction.
You killed the dinosaur thing, so you're up.
All right, cool. I will leap to there, pirouette, and stab. Is this the one that's hurt the worst? Which one's hurt worse right now?
They're about the same.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Then I'll
it
just
didn't hurt bad.
I'll start by stabbing this one.
Okay.
Like slashing down through it to finish the cut from the other side, essentially. Or
A 9
Or-
actually hits.
9 is enough.
hits.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll take it.
I'll take your pity, Michael.
Yes, I will take their negative dex modifier. That seems great. And then I'll use my bonus action to then cleave into this one.
Okay.
This guy doesn't get the bonus radiant damage, but 13 seems significant, so I'm gonna let that roll.
Be fast.
Yep. Yeah. So you kind of like walk past them, just sort of stabbing them to death.
just like walk, sort of just lazily.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. Cool.
That was a great cleave. The puns are strong.
Yeah. And then I imagine like the look on Juan's face is probably is Juan disappointed he didn't get to go hand to hand with one of these things, or is he like?
Yeah, I mean they're like they've got their muskets down and their rapiers out, and they've all got that sort of musketeer thing where they're shoulder to shoulder and they're about to do the what's thing. It does look like Juan is holding up the dead one. That's great. So like again, going back to what's going on, like they are like noticeably melty.
Okay.
Just sitting out here, they're already like kind of steaming, and sort of like rotting away into the ground.
Yeah.
It's like crumbling apart.
Okay.
Like it's not. If you want to roll some history to see if you remember what they're doing this for, or if you've ever seen this in the past, you can go for it.
Why wouldn't I do that? That seems awesome. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I have a theory. Zach has a theory. God knows
All right.
what Ron thinks.
Tell me your theory.
I think that since these were sort of being commanded or at least directed by, or in concert with the Inquisitor, that's no longer the case. So maybe they're being cut off from their source of energy that keeps them alive, or they have no purpose now and are fading, or something like that. Essentially.
Yeah. In the past, you've seen this behavior out of rot touch creatures that are not next to aren't close enough to a portal.
Okay.
Right. So they just kind of go towards wherever the most biomass is and try to make one.
Oh, fun. Okay. Great. So they were coming for us to try to kill enough people to make a rot portal. That is awesome. We should not be here. We should go be at the nice, safe town.
Perfectly safe.
We should
Speaking
take
of the nice, safe town, Fritz.
I need to get around and see what's happening on the south side of the town. So that's going to be my turn, just jetting as fast as I can around the wall.
Okay. Cinerath, you're doing that thing where you put the serial numbers back on.
You literally said biomass.
I know. I occasionally use the correct verbs. My mistake.
The bioheap.
What's that?
The bioheap.
It's such. It was one of the many evocative things that I love. Yeah. So you jet on down to the south, and the that monstrous creature has kind of wedged the gate partially open, and they're trying to stream into the city, but bunches of the soldiers and the men at arms and the people who just picked up guns are doing their best to limit any sort of incursion, and it's not grim, right? But like the city walls have been kind of breached.
It's probably fine.
Oh yeah, perfectly fine.
We don't need to protect the inside, right? Just that one
Did you
corner.
get there soon enough to shoot a thing?
I don't know. It depends on how far it was. I'm guessing.
It's more cinematic to shoot a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like I kind of imagine you as not Space Marine-y, but like, you know, Space Marines.
I'm thinking
Dark
like
Wars
power
style.
armor, definitely.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm telling you, he's a gnomish glitter boy. He's like a glitter boy, but 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
I had always wanted to play in Glitter Boy and Rifts, but I never had found anyone that played Rifts back when it was like in the Palladium systems and stuff back in college. Yeah, I always wanted to try that out.
Yeah.
I never did. And so I've somehow made a gnomish version of one.
Here's your shot, right? Yeah.
I guess I'm going to try the same thing where I'm assuming this thing is still trying to force its head through the gate, right? To make the opening wider.
It's trying to pull its head back.
Okay.
It's kind of got that stuck dog thing.
I still feel like the spine is a weak target if it doesn't have its. Well, spine's a weak target for anything. Whatever. I want to take a shot. And I can't. I can't hit.
Wow.
It's a 7. I don't know. I don't know. That's my turn?
Such a crushing
Yeah.
Yep.
first mark experience. Can I give you something?
Oops. Oh, hey, I'm 3rd level. I have Hellish Rebuke, whatever the fuck that is.
One per long rest. Hellish. Oh wow, it's right there too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty great.
It's a reaction, and when I get damaged by a thing.
It's pretty massive. It's 2d10 damage.
Or, yeah, failing. Okay, sure.
Okay, yeah, something to keep in mind for later.
Yeah.
When you inevitably get eaten by the giant monster.
Right. I can set it on fire from inside.
Yes. You can be the ogre this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So, Fritz, you miss, but you've given me a lot to think about in regards to narrative.
And
I'm
how many
sorry,
times
are
someone
you
can actually
okay?
miss in combat?
Yes. There's some sort of massive creature that growled.
Oh. I don't think that was me.
Oh no, I thought somebody burped. I was just making a joke.
Oh.
Cool. Sinrathi. Yeah, Fritz. It's a long distance, right? And it's a big creature, but Sinrathi, you're up.
Can I get within? I should probably know how far this thing shoots. 120 foot of it. Of this thing's stupid head poking through the southern gate. So I can light it up with a guiding bolt.
Yes.
Cool.
From the inside, though, you'll
Right.
have to be on this, route to whatever the hell.
Am I on the wall or am I just like chilling where I've put myself?
I think that you can get to like hereish, yeah, and like
Okay.
and there it is, just kind of like
I'm-
doing the.
Yeah, and like I'm willing to hop off the wall and like my robe flies out. And just like hit the ground. Probably don't take the fall super well because Senrathi's not like that kind of adventurer.
Right.
Um,
Not your awesome.
No.
Oh man, that was a great character.
Oh, the
Senna
yeah,
Lee.
yeah, channeling a tiny quantity of that character in here. But yeah, and I'll shoot this stupid thing's goddamn ugly face that's mussing up a gate that Senrathi is now considering his. That's an 8. I
Don't
miss.
you have your 2D whatever bonus to attack?
Once per long rest.
Oh, never mind.
So it takes 2d6. Or sorry, it takes 46 and half of that. So it takes.
You with the 46 right there, don't you?
Yeah, 16.
Oh, okay.
radiant.
So it takes 8.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And I want to double check if the initiative thing still happens, or advantage thing still happens.
Okay. Wow.
No, on
gonna-
hit it takes the thing. Does miss completely negate? Because that sucks.
It doesn't say anything
Yeah.
about that not being the case.
Yeah, I think it actually takes nothing.
Yeah, there's no on miss.
Neat.
Right, because it's a ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
Keith. So yeah, what does a guiding bolt look like?
I think I'm like hurling a javelin that looks like the sun at a thing. And this one just, like probably splinters. Like, you played Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah.
So you know how the cages around the sages like splinters, like the light just like turns into just threads, but they're still straight? It does that when it hits the thing that isn't my target.
Awesome.
And just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Dissolves into incoherence.
But you still have 2 more of those javelins in your pocket.
Yep.
Keith,
Hi.
you are a good distance away.
How many of these mooks are still here?
There's a lot of them,
Okay.
but like many are on fire.
I also don't know that they're getting over the wall.
That thing
Right,
bit
and
into the top of it, right? Couldn't they climb it?
And they're tiny and would take them a whole lot. And that was not
It wasn't
Not
a
their
devil's
plan.
bargain.
right.
Okay. Is there any way for me to scamper up this wall?
Yeah. You've got weird bird feet, right? That
Mm-hmm.
with that backwards facing toe or something.
Well,
Sure.
Their ankles are just like halfway. Oh, you mean on the back? Yeah.
Yeah. Cassowary toes.
Jesus.
It's okay. I have sandals for my little feet.
Mm-hmm.
They've been the wrong way.
How much do you hate them?
A whole lot. A whole lot.
It's like when you put socks on cats.
I like that you wear them for me though. That's sweet of you.
It took Gaither a remarkable amount of time to stop doing this.
Well, like that's
constantly trying to step over things.
that's why it took us like 3 days to walk back from the house on the hill.
So one of her legs, she just keeps kicking a leg up and twitching it. I think Kaith puts up with a lot from Sen because she has some weird, I don't know, feeling she hasn't figured out for him, they, them, him.
I mean, unless birds don't see gender.
Kind of no.
Okay.
Just you're a cool other weird outcast bird thing.
The highest compliment I can bestow upon your people: honorary weird bird.
You're like a bird thing. Congratulations.
Here's some affection.
I will eat the rot from your flesh.
So I guess I'm just gonna try to run along the wall and make it over this way. So I guess next turn I can shoot stuff. Actually, how far can I move? Move me how far I can move, and I'm gonna take a blind shot and see how that goes.
Taking a blind shot. I
Yep.
like that. So you run down here next to Fritz.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, is this run diving shot, like, like, "Wah!" and like get around the corner, see if you can take a shot at the same time, or are you gonna be a little careful?
I think it's actually like she looks over at Fritz, taps him on the shoulder, and says, "Cover me," and then she's gonna dive out and like slow mo try to mark one of them, I guess the big thing, and then try to shoot at it while she's flying through the air and shouting "ah."
Too bad you don't have two bows to fire as you leap through the air.
All of a sudden, the camera pulls back, and you see she's firing 2 arrows at the same time. One of them is purely superfluous, but it's a 22.
Ugh. That's so good.
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. Yeah. You run, you jump, and you do like one of those little roll things, like when people shot dodge or they jump dodge. Yeah. And your arrows are all like pew pew, and it's all thunk thunk.
Like a forward rolling breakfall. I also want to point out that you shot 2 arrows and you rolled a 22 and did 2 damage.
Mm-hmm. Too bad this isn't a Tuesday recording.
I think it is now.
Yes. So let's talk about weird asynchronous time thingies. Right.
It's just a step to the left.
Yeah. So let's talk about let's do the time warp again. So Vashla and Yorha.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You are here in House on the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in Lorca. Do we want to just have you two show up there?
I wasn't really thinking that it took us days, like way back when, but it still took us a day, so maybe we're like, I don't know, a little bit behind, but like not like weeks later.
Yeah. I mean, we've also got all these like non-combatants in tow, which I'm sure is slowing us way down.
I mean, if you want to bring some non-combatants to the fight, that's fine too.
Somebody's got to distract the rot dragons.
I think it was out of the house on the hill because they can't be protected at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get them. The idea is we're getting them away from here.
Yeah.
And we think that Lorca's safe.
Yeah.
We have no reason to think otherwise.
I do really quickly want to go to the center of town to see what they might have been going after now that they're dead.
Well, and effectively what the center of town is there's a wagon train, like people, like everybody in the town has gathered here to march out with you.
And they were going straight for the new recruits when they got closer, right?
Yeah, they were just
for one.
see this group of non-cool mercenary. Like I was just using that to represent everyone else, and that's where they were heading towards.
Okay.
There's a way of adding like NPCs in this game in a Roll20, right?
If you have an icon for them, you should be able to just give them a turn.
Well, that and if you go to the, I think it's the third icon, we'll have like the marketplace, and we should have the fancy account that can pull whatever you want out of there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we probably didn't need to use legally distinct entities.
Well, no, I was just trying to figure out how to save these folks for as characters.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. I forget how to do that, but just leave leave the map with them around, and you can. I think you can actually just copy and paste between maps too.
Okay. All right.
I'm not gonna lie, I really do like the idea of us approaching, like, along the horizon.
Yeah. Yeah. So you pack up and you leave, right? And you're escorting the remainder of the village.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You tell me when it's dramatically appropriate, and you guys can pop in. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
Sure.
That can be now if you all think it's the right time for that.
Yorha, if you don't pop up just in time to steal the kill of that dinosaur, I will be incredibly disappointed in you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How is that dinosaur looking? Has that dinosaur been hit at all yet?
Yes.
Okay.
It has taken eight units of damage.
Yeah. I will if we're showing up now, I will come screaming up the road. I imagine we would stash these civilians somewhere further back so as to not get them eaten.
All of us arrive from the north.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming since you're coming from the same place, you also will be arriving from the north, unless Yorha has some creative map reading skills.
Yorha does all his reading creatively. Yeah, so can we just walk them in the mill gate, and then I'll run through town, ready to stab, leap off the wall, and stab the dinosaur from the air.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the plan then. That's absolutely what's happening.
Well, Vashla gets to go first then. If you guys are here.
Awesome. Do the thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably I was thinking about just shooting the horde of rat goblins with my cannon.
It seems feasible and reasonable.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
There's still a lot of them.
Suddenly, in the darkest moments, a resounding crack sounds from the top of the battlements, and then Vashla is doing the Terminator 2 reload motion on her hammer.
The fling the dog leg forward and bring it back thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we made really bad time.
Sorry.
Okay, so I apparently lost the damage I had for the cannon. It just says 2, no d6s or anything. What did we say the damage was for the cannon? Is it 2d6?
I think it was 2d6.
Yeah.
That's what you rolled the first time.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was just mystified why it was just 2. Roll 2.
Just roll 2. Roll 2.
2's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So you take a shot, and there's lots of these smallish things, right? And while they're terrifying to have so many of them around, firing a effectively grenade into the middle of them, causes an explosion, and they go flying. And like a chunk of them just explode, flying places, as your hammer kind of like winds and cools back down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's out of juice at this point.
Yeah.
I reloaded it before we got started. This is my first shot.
Didn't
I
you
mean, we
shoot?
been
Oh no, you jumped down the hill and bonked him.
Yeah.
You're
I've also been on the road for like a day, so
Oh fuck! Does that mean I get action surge?
That Inquisitor escaped so many times.
so many times that Inquisitor escaped. I don't know. Does Vashla get action surge? Does she get to go again right now?
No, it's
Okay.
the same encounter effectively.
Okay.
It's y'all have been fighting for like a day at this point.
Ah, it's the best day. It's been the best day.
I think
Um,
Mike means those of us who are not new to this fight.
Yeah. You guys are showing up on a battlefield freshish, but you've been marching. Meanwhile, Frisch, Sinrathi, and Keith have been fighting this, sort of battle of attrition, trying to end the siege for the entire duration.
okay, so I have questions. How high is this wall?
Wall height,
Okay, awesome.
60 feet.
60
Wow.
fucking yes. 60 feet. Vashla, are you standing on top of it like shooting your hammer gun down?
Yes.
Okay. So what's gonna happen is
30
Vashla-
feet. I have been told that curtain walls are 30 feet, not 60 feet.
So Vashla takes her shot and wipes out a bunch of goblins, and then like from behind her, Yorha, you like see Yorha leap into the air and then like go blue white and basically meteor down with the glaive over his head at the rod dragon. Because this is the plan. Ah, damn it.
So, I mean, it's a mighty leap, and it's an amazing display. But like the thing that Yorha realizes is that after he lifts with the air and comes back down, as he's still like a good 40 feet away from the rock dragon.
Damn
He's
it.
practicing.
Right,
Well,
like,
like the-
in ages past, you had the dynamic leap power that allowed you to travel that distance, and you were so caught up in the moment, you're just like, yeah, Ash, give me strength, lend my feet speed.
Like,
No, you get said out loud.
Objects in rage vision may be further than they appear.
That's so apropos. Yeah, so I will like pick myself up and dust myself off and act like it's all cool and just continue running forward and not stab anything this turn. This is too far.
And Donald runs onto the scene. I'm sorry. This is Juan.
One.
One
They've all
only
got they've all got one name. How do we forgetting what their
It's-
name is?
They're all one.
clearly
No, they all have one name.
clearly
How have you not picked up on this? It's all one name.
clearly he is Wonald.
No,
Yes.
no, we are not making the duck Polish. Do not do this.
Ronald Yuck.
This is not Chekhov's mallard. Stop.
Uh,
Hi,
Nuclear
Aaron.
Vessels.
you ever hear a joke so bad you immediately go to sleep?
If I end 2 streams in a month with that, I think I get XP. I think that's Andrew's alignment. I can't see my own character sheet.
Fritz, you're up.
I'm so sorry, Fritz.
Uh,
There's a tall, glowing man jogging past you with a sharp object.
I'm outside the wall, so it'd be very difficult.
He's glowing that intensely you can see him from over the top of the wall.
I just don't even want to think of anything clever to do just because I'm going to roll and it's going to. So I'm going to roll first. I rolled a 16.
I succeeded.
You did the thing.
Yeah, I did whatever I wanted to do. Great. I have to think. No, so okay. So I think what Fritz does is he was still moving towards the gate to I don't know, to get closer and maybe I actually land a shot for once. And I take a shot at one of the legs to sort of reduce its ability to pull its head out of the gate.
So do you just like walk up, put your gun against it, and pull the trigger?
Yeah, sure. If I get that close.
Yeah, that sounds like the mad Fritz thing to do, like angry Fritz.
Yeah, I
Fritz
keep on
dodge
missing.
this.
Gnomish nerd rage.
Oh yeah, you walk right up to it, you place your gun against it, you pull the trigger, and you blow a chunk of meat out of its leg, and like it kind of like it stumbles down. And this is meteor. It's definitely fleshier than the other rottish creatures you've been fighting. Keith,
No.
I gotta call it out. It's good, but also keep moving. Yeah, it was a good shot, Fritz. You blew a chunk of its leg off. It's gonna have a harder time pulling back. But I mean, it's
still a big monster.
it's grappling with small hands and effectively at the door. Excuse me, Sinrathi.
So how big is the hole this thing put in the door? Is any aspect of the damage larger than a foot in any dimension?
Probably not.
Sweet.
Well, I mean, like its head is bigger than a foot in any dimension. Like it's poked a hole through the gate that's bigger than a foot in any dimension.
Because I was going to use mending and just repair the gate.
You can repair it around its head.
I mean, well, no, because the spell just fizzles if the thing's bigger than a foot. Like if the breach. So I'm gonna guiding bolt and hopefully not suck this time. So yeah, I think I like grab another one of those javelins, like shake it a couple times to make sure
it's not.
Yeah, well, and like that it doesn't betray me. And then I roll a 19.
Oh, that's better than 16. You hit.
Yeah, and it takes 11 flavored radiant damage. 11 flavored
radiant damage.
Yeah,
11 flavored.
I love 11 flavors.
That's butter pecan for those of you at home.
No, it's 11 flavors of radiant damage. 11 different tastes of heaven.
I thought it was 11 flavored radiant damage. I was like, let's
Butter pecan is one of them.
Yes.
Rocky Road mint chocolate chip, because goodness is ice cream.
Fuck, I want ice cream.
Well, there's gonna be like, and one of them is like really good, like salmon sashimi or something, and yeah.
Lobster ice cream. Wait.
Mike,
apparently
you had the shrimp and alligator cheesecake. Remember?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I had shrimp and alligator cheesecake.
Yes, when you came here and we went to that restaurant, you got that big freaking thing and you tried it.
And anyways, the next person to take a shot at it has advantage.
Speaking of taking shots at it, Keith, you're up.
Sup, dog?
Photographic evidence of me taking a cheesecake, alligator in it.
How close is? No, I'm out of my. Yep, I'm just gonna shoot that thing again. So, bow, boink, 24. Hunter's mark, another 5. So he takes 8 damage total.
Nice.
Oh, I have advantage. Let me see how that goes. 12. Thank you for helping me get that shitty roll out of the way.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So this is the giant javelin of pure light that's kind of like sticking out of his forehead is a helpful thing to use to track to aim. So Sinrathi's excellent shot continues to assist your shots. shots a lot of times. But my brain apparently is failing to word.
We're about
currently.
3 hours deep right now, so that might be why.
Yeah. Yes. So Vashla and Yorha, there are a bunch of these little things that are kind of like swarming in.
Mm-hmm.
They're climbing up over the thing and like jumping through, and they're getting shot like at a pretty prodigious rate. But there are, and yet they
Persist.
yet it moves. Yeah. Vashla, you're up.
Oh yeah, I go to charge. And since these are more active, I'm going to try that thing where I try hammering one of them into a bunch of them, like that one. Oh crap, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like one of those like knickknacks that someone might have on their office desk.
Newton's Cradle.
Yes.
Wow, that was just boop.
I'm a physics nerd.
That's fair.
Yes. So hacking or just hitting them with the hammer and trying to knock them into each other. Tough.
Will hit.
Hooray!
And you take a mighty swing and hammer through like a swath of them, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
and these splat mightily. Like these are way more satisfying to hit with a hammer.
Oh yeah.
Way better.
It's like goblin popcorn almost. You're just like crunch, 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 crunch.
The Hammerfeel. Is it just a lot better in this patch?
Yeah, the hammer feel, right? It's very satisfying on the
Yeah.
palate. Yorha.
Sorry, I'm busy trying to kill Andrew through. Damn it. Okay. So yeah,
Hammer feel is such a great phrase, though.
I still like glowing and raging. I will rush up to assist my shield sibling here, and with a mighty roar, scythe through as many of these tiny goblin punks as possible. On my end goal is to get out there and fight the freaking dragon. So
Right. Yell about how much more crunchy these things are. That is a staggering amount of damage against creatures.
With plus Yorha has cleave.
yeah.
What does cleave do?
So if I
If you murder a thing, he can attack another thing.
Yes. Yeah, so if I crit or kill something on my turn, my bonus action, I can make another attack.
Okay, you kill several with your swipe.
Okay. Do I kill like this cohort of them?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
10 killed a cohort, and you did 16 damage.
All right. Then real quick, I'm gonna reach out and touch that one real hard.
Reach out and touch Faith.
I hate so much.
Damn, that's not nearly as good.
But I mean, together that's still 20 damage.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's just Yorha's like a glowing blender of goblins at this point, just thrashing around.
Juan and the Mouseketeers runs up next to Sarathi, and they're like out of breath, but their muskets are ready, and they pop up a few shots. But at this distance, it's hard to see that they hit anything. Fritz, final round for the evening.
I think we'll just move up to where this creature's head is stuck and shoot it in the throat.
I was gonna say, just put the gun on his head and pull the trigger, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Feel it.
dead.
at my best.
God, does Fritz get advantage for the fact that the thing is immobilized and stuck in the door?
Don't make me miss again, damn it.
yeah. Let's do that. I am feeling either spiteful or helpful. I'm not sure which one it is.
I told you. It's the same roll.
So,
You
what
gotta
about the
get you a
concept
That
of
was
bending
not at
fate
all.
for a double advantage?
We got to get you two more to hit. Like in general, I like why your attack bonus needs to be higher.
One level of fighter gets you +2 to all your ranged attacks. Just saying.
Adam, when you fly to Vancouver with Mike, I'm giving you a hug.
I mean, Fritz is not really meant to be the fighter, so I'm not upset that he can't attack well. That's not really the main point of why I made him in the first place. So it's not like it's like I'm geared that way. He's more meant to do the artificer crafting kind of craziness, and that just doesn't play out in this kind of long combat session, which is fine.
Next session we'll do more talking. Sinrathi.
I reach over my shoulder and I grab my last javelin of the sun. And I just like...
Blah. It hums to life in your hands.
And I'm going to invoke like a second prayer. Like, okay, let's make this one count.
Dear gods of not fucking stuff up when I need them to not be fucked up.
I hack up. I get an 8. That would have been like... Look at that damage, too.
That is brutal amounts of damage.
I rolled the same on my damage as I did for my second attack.
6s. Wow.
Almost perfect.
Yeah.
Can I let the dragon attack me to make that a 7 to 9?
Yes.
Or I mean, like, did the musketeers help me or whatever for advantage?
Yeah.
Or...
Yes.
Cool.
That we're doing that thing.
Cool.
They're there. They provide. They lend aid.
Yeah.
Right, near to attack instead of firing off of the darkness.
Cool. So I roll equivalent for attack and damage.
Right, and that is absolutely plenty to 23 will kill it outright.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And it goes woof, and the entire thing catches fire. And we're going to we'll end it on.
I killed the session.
We'll end it with Vashla and Yorha slaughtering a handful of these goblins, these little rot things. As they the camera shows a few of them skulking away as the battering beast burns, and then the ones outside the city walls retreat into the hills.
Can I take off after them?
Yeah, for next session, yeah, but
yeah,
it's late.
No, I just wanted to while I was thinking of it.
Did you mark one of the archers?
Kaith, go follow.
The typing will also work.
This has more personal feel.
Okay.
So she recognizes it as her own handwriting and not someone else's.
It has.
Exactly.
it has better draw feel.
Yeah. All right, everybody. It is past the midnights, and we lose mental coherency as time passes due to human frailty. We would like to say thank you to everyone watching, listening, everyone out there in TV land. This is a Twitch podcast. I know those two words don't seem to make sense right now, but it's a Twitch podcast, and we appreciate your subscriptions and your bits. If you want to throw a few bucks our way, that'd be rad for you rad people. Like, share, subscribe. There's a podcast as well. Come check us out there. We've got a website, YouTube channel, to which we upload videos. Go check out our friends. They're rad people.
God damn it. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Pitch friends of the table. Yeah, they're good folks. Also, our good buddy Adam
We're
Koval
off.
runs a fair. Damn it. Okay.
I was going to start with Adam Cumble and work backwards. I see what you did there, and I'm going to have to refill my bits in order to keep fighting this.
No one wins this fight but Jeff Bezos.
That's not a phrase I'm touching, as I need to refill my bits. Okay, y'all have a good night.
Take care.
Everyone. I am so tired. Thanks for running, Mike.
Absolutely. I'm super happy. This is great. This system